on our way. I can change all the things I lack. I gotta face the facts, I got a taste in that. Got me obsessed with the rest, I got an itch to scratch. Going down, I'll give up everything. Daunting all, if I could see my dreams, I'll make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything to make what I want a reality. Don't let go. Don't let go. I'll make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything to make what I want a reality.
I just wanna find a way out, sick of the venom in my brain. Running from the past, wanna escape my pain. I just wanna be a better person, I deserve this. I just wanna break these chains. Always destined for greatness, true to myself, I never fake it. Seen too many once that I so they get famous. And when I say the truth, most really can't take it. In spite of everything I've been through, I'ma make it. Fake friends, but on my downfall is toxic. Day one, started the outlaws for profit. Now all I do is write verses, no talking. All I do is put the work in, no option. This was everything I ever wanted. Created a legacy off of me, just being honest. And the fake ones hate, but it's all to no avail. They wanna see me lose, but you know I never fail.
Should be good. That was OBS. OBS crashed. I thought it was the internet, but it wasn't the internet, it was OBS. OBS shit the bed. Straight up. I don't know what happened there. I think they updated it over the weekend without my consent, to be quite frank. We should be back. We just refresh these pages to make sure everything's good. I think we're good. God, where do you people come from? Get out of here. Pop out chat. We should be back. How's it going, Thomas? Oh, the Masked Creator. How's it going, the Masked Creator? Check out the Masked Creator. I have no idea what kind of content he has. So hold on before I even start saying that kind of stuff. Hold on before I even start saying that kind of stuff. God, dude. OBS, why do you... I hate it whenever they update OBS. It breaks everything. It breaks everything, bro. The sound should be fine. Sorry about that. Coming through good. We good? But yo, literally within the span of 5 seconds of me going live, OBS crashed and then the power goes out. What is going on? It's like the world has come together. I don't know what's going on. It's like everything under the sun is trying to prevent me from streaming. Between Friday getting suspended and not knowing why, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Who did it? What power did I make angry? What is going on? I think we're good. We should be good now. Okay. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? For future reference, YouTube, this is a game. It's a game. Even though the strike never got removed, it's a game. This is a game. I'm reacting to a game. This looks good, by the way. My favorite animal? I love white wolves. I love white wolves. This looks like crap. This looks like crap. Nobody wants to see this. Nobody wants to see this. That looks like crap. That's that weird game that I don't really care about. That's Street Fighter. God of War looks interesting, but I don't think I'm going to play it. That's a remake or a remaster, whichever one you want to call it. God of War. Avatar, that's a fighter game. I don't really think Tides of Annihilation is a gacha, if I'm not mistaken. This is like Little Nightmares. We've already seen a bunch of trailers for it. We don't need to rehash that nonsense. Holy God. Oh, did they finally... Oh, damn, okay. I wonder... So, if they actually released High on Life 2, we'll be playing that for sure. Ooh, wait a minute. Ooh, wait a minute. Do they have a deal? This game was good, by the way. I really enjoyed this game. What's going on? There it goes.
The vocation must go on. I need to do my part.
Temporal Dive. I thought this game was pretty good.
It is impossible.
God of War trailers for Egypt.
Procedure successful.
Maybe I should do like a specific day that's a stream for games. Specifically for games. I guess if I don't get suspended again, what I'll do is I'll, next week, whenever I have the full week, Monday through Friday, what I'll do is I'll see which day I have the least amount of views on and try to bump those numbers up with the game.
I'm on the right track.
So wait, you're saying that they have God of War Egypt now? Hold on. Let me see. God of War EGY Egypt trailer. Is this real? Is this real? That's not it. Oh my God, is this real? This is Teaser Universe. That's the trilogy remake. This is a concept. I'm not seeing it. This looks fake. I think you've been bamboozled. I'm not gonna lie. Think you've been... Oh my God.
Sony is working on a brand new
The creator of God of War struggles with a basic puzzle and
Think you've been bamboozled. Yeah, I think it's fake. If there was a new trailer for it, trust me, it would be on IGN or PlayStation 100%. There's not even a doubt about it. This game was garbage. Diablo 2, I want to play... I think whenever I'm done with Mugenics, I'm going to play Diablo 2. I think that's going to be the next game that I play. I bought it I bought the box set and I wanted to play it, but I just never got around to it. And well, now that they remastered it, it might actually be pretty good. This looks cool. I've never been a Rainbow Six Siege fan, but this looks pretty good. You know, turn that down. The fact that the snake is making a comeback is great. This is a game. YouTube, this is a game. This is not real life. YouTube, this is a game. Just calm down, man.
What's your ETA?
Is that?
I'm here.
I think another thing that ties Metal Gear Solid so well together with, like, the tactical espionage thing is the music. The music is so good for Metal Gear Solid.
In position.
War Dogs? Let's see. Hold on, I'll check it out. I didn't come across a War Dogs trailer yet. Oh, wait, you know what? I think I know what trailer you're talking about. Hold on. War Dogs. War Dogs game trailer.
Never hurts to take things slow. Soldiers like us never get the chance. There's always one.
That's a multiplayer game. Hold on. Oh, so that is the guy. I was like, isn't that the guy from that one game series that I played like once? It is. It totally is. That's what's up. Okay, hold on. Yeah, that's it for this. Okay, let me do the War Dogs trailer. War Dogs, not the movie, the game, because I know what you're talking about. No, damn it. I didn't mean to click on that. Oh, here it is. I was gonna say it doesn't look like IGN has a thing, but there it is. I don't think this has music. Nope. Nope. Hell no! Is that the House of the Rising Sun? Bro, there's no way. It totally is. That's the House of the Rising Sun. I'm so happy that I caught that. That's immediate copyright. It's kind of sad that these multiplayer games have had this technology for literally over 10 years now to make these big, massive multiplayer online-only games where you can drive helicopters, tanks, and planes, but it took them failing so many times because they kept publishing crap that they finally got themselves together. It's sad that it had to come to that. It's sad that whole publishers had to go out of business because they wanted to create cheap and sell expensive. It's so sad. And it's completely self-inflicted. 100 players. Bro, you know damn good and well when they release this, there's no way that people are going to be playing like that. It's going to be a bloodbath, bro. This is a game, by the way. Game. So, YouTube. Cash is king. Oh, wow. That looks an awful lot like Call of Duty's weaponries, I'm not gonna lie. I think that's all the music. No, it's not. Why don't any of these games do shotguns any justice? Even Call of Duty, like, the modded shotguns are so crap. They, like, at first they're really good, but then they just nerf them and then they're really bad. It sucks. Like, shotgun bad at long distance, good at close quarters. How is that so hard to mess up?
The
especially the type of buck that it would take to, well, I mean, it depends on if it's a combat shotgun or not, but still. Oh, what a shot. Yo, that's what's up. Yo, W game trailer. Do we have any Fox News goodies? Let's see. Wait a minute. Registered to vote here. John Thomas. Oh my god, dude. Nick Shirley's on a roll. Nick Shirley is on a roll. Oh man, you know we gotta talk about these morons that are protesting. I'm fine with them protesting. They just gotta stop hitting people, man. Seriously. They gotta stop hurting people, stop hitting people.
Why should I be scared if my family's gonna die?
Oh, fuck you, Freddy, you motherfucking ass and all you bitches.
What'd you say?
I said what I said, bitch. You fucking...
But we can't understand what you're saying. We're trying to understand what you're saying, but we can't. That's why he asked you again. He wanted to make sure that whatever you said, the message got clear.
Dad, you might want to rehear the fucking video. Learn how to fucking use your ears, bitch. You look deaf and...
No, I just wanted to confirm it, so I made sure I heard what I was saying.
Man.
So, I believe these are a bunch of high school kids. It is amazing to me that the high school that these kids are at, the teachers haven't gotten into some serious trouble allowing them to protest during the day like this. See, like, this is insane to me. Whenever you drop your child off at a daycare, when you drop them off at a high school, when you drop them off at school, period, your teachers, your peers that you leave these kids with are effectively guardians. And you're holding them to a higher level of, a higher degree of standards. That's the reason why you don't ever see a teacher that is holding an alcoholic beverage in their hand. You don't see a picture of that anywhere. If a picture of that were to end up on the internet, they would lose their job. So when did we go from a teacher losing their job just for doing something like that to now you have whole classrooms marching out on campus because of signs that they used during class time, they use class time to make signs for protesting instead of actually doing their reading, writing, and arithmetic, as it used to say. As they used to say. It's funny because they used to say that before I was going to school. So I know that's probably cringe as fuck to say. Yes, it is. It's a reaction of a reaction of a reaction of a reaction. And if you don't like it, then go watch somebody else. It's not rocket science. No one's forcing you to watch it.
Well. So these are kids, too. They're kids.
There's not really that many. That's got to be like, what do you think, like one classroom? Maybe not even a full classroom. It's got to be like, maybe like 30% of one classroom? There's more. Maybe that's like one classroom. I guarantee you, they did this in a class where the teacher's a pushover, and they were able to get out of the class. I don't know if that person's going to be working there much longer, I'm not going to lie. Because if I found out that my child was doing this, not only would they be punished, I'd tear their ass up, but I would also, like, probably sue the school. I'm not going to lie.
Oh my god.
I would definitely sue the school.
Yep. You can see.
I don't understand how these people are allowing this.
How you solve the problem?
See, what you gotta do is you send in the police, and you have like a police squad surround them and arrest them, and you charge them as juveniles. Because they're obviously skipping class.
You go and you put the teachers on trial for this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they shouldn't even be, like, you can't get mad at them. They're kids.
Yeah, no, like, that's the thing is, like, the adults in the situation know better. I don't understand how even the principal of that school is allowing this.
Who gives a fuck, right? The teachers let them go out and do this. You've got to go after the teachers for this stuff. You do.
Yeah.
And the moment that you go after the teachers, then you're going to have all these problems go away. That's it. They're all about to vote. Yeah, you got to...
We hung out at the bars. She hides her drinks. Yeah. Student parents see her drinking and makes a... Yeah, no, like... no, you're absolutely right. I was always told that it has to do with, like, proof, so that's why they, like... Because I dated a teacher. I dated a teacher for, like, 5 years. A high school teacher, specifically. She always, like, she avoided bars like the plague. She avoided them like the plague.
There's a lot of different ways to look at it and, you know, approach it. But overall, I do think this...
I agree. I agree with that. And the sad thing is that, unfortunately, that's just not the case. It's no different than if you're a firefighter and you, like... you get into a physical fist fight. You could risk losing your job.
This is where we're at. And then, oh, we got another one.
I mean, it's like that with most jobs, but if the police in the area knows that you work at the fire department, then you're almost guaranteed to lose your job.
A video of a Washington State high school student screaming, "I want my mommy," as she's being arrested after assaulting officers during an anti-ICE.
You see, this is why it's dangerous. This is bad, bro. This is really bad.
School walkout is going viral. Man.
You see, these are kids, man. They don't know any better. They genuinely don't. They haven't entered the workforce. They don't know what it's like. They don't pay their bills. You know, they have their mom and dad. I'm going to say mom and dad as opposed to mommy and daddy because the thing is a lot of these students, they don't know any better. They don't know what it's like in the real world yet. And I guess she's learning a lesson at an early age. I think we've just retracted this young person's Karenism. I think it's leaving her soul right now. And you know what's sad is I feel like rather it be now than whenever she's like 30 and she decides that she's going to run from the police and she gets on the phone and starts calling mommy again like we see in those Midwest safety videos.
Beautiful.
Honestly.
Oh, God, I love it. I do. I love it. And
I actually don't see somebody that knows any better. Like, that's an underage person. I feel like what needs to happen is you got to hold these teachers accountable for this. You do. This would not have flown whenever I was going to high school, man. There's no way in hell that the teachers that I went to high school with would have allowed this. No way, dude.
Music to my ears. And the thing is, though, is that this is a girl in high school. There's no reason that she should have been out there doing this in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
So why did that happen? It happened because the teachers let them go out there and do that.
See, I would press a civil suit against the teacher herself, and I would also sue the school district and the individual principal at the school. The fact that they didn't have police rallied up to get these kids means that the principal was in on it.
The teacher should be held responsible for that.
I agree. Like,
same group of kids from the last video. I don't know if it is or not.
And the fact that these kids are even worried about what's going on in politics and with ICE and stuff shows the general disconnect that these teachers have from actually trying to teach these students how to live and survive in the real world, and how they care more about their politics and their nonsense than they do about actually teaching these kids. See, these kids are probably pretty smart, but they got teachers that don't want to teach them. That's the problem.
It could be a different...
The more I'm seeing, the more I'm realizing maybe it's not so much the kids, maybe it's the teachers that are just bad, dude.
I have no idea.
And it happens that way because they're not paid enough, but it also happens that way whenever the only people that want to become teachers are just crazy.
She ugly crying too. Now she wants her mommy. Yeah, well, I mean, you can't really blame her, right?
You can't. You really can't.
That's just what happens.
Like, the legal system says you literally can't blame her.
But that's really, in my opinion, I think that you have to go after the teachers for this.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You have to go after them, and you have to be aggressive about it. You do. Teachers and parents, absolutely. Don't teachers still need signed permission to have their kids leave campus for this type of shit?
Yeah, no, like you have to get a signature from a parent to even leave campus. This violates so many of the schools, like, it violates not only the law, because you've got these kids running around without their guardian or legal parent around them. They're unsupervised. And then on top of that, it violates, it's like a child abandonment. Like, so when I drove school bus, I still have my Class B license. If whenever I was getting training for my Class B endorsement, they told me in the state of Texas, if I have a bus full of kids and I set foot off that bus, and I can be charged with child abandonment. The minute if there are kids on that bus and I step off that bus, I could be charged with child abandonment. Like, they don't play around with this.
That's the thing, right?
You shouldn't either. You should totally crack down on this.
And if they're not taking that and they're not doing all of that, then you need to go.
And I drove high schoolers too.
And if you had somebody,
like, most of these guys were like 18, maybe a little bit younger than that, but like 17.
After them doing that,
some of them were 19.
Stuff would go away overnight. This is an old video. Oh, this one? Yeah, this is, look at this.
Every woman that's getting an abortion is due to medical procedures?
No, most abortions are.
No, they're not.
Abortion was of a dead embryo.
Okay, sorry to hear that.
That's most abortions.
That's not most abortions.
Yes, it is.
I mean, I don't think that most of them are dead. I'm fairly certain that a lot of them will probably live, but the issue is that nobody can afford it, and trying to force somebody to have that choice. Look, I was an EMT. I worked as a firefighter. I'm going to explain it in a way that my instructor at my EMT college explained it to me. They're going to do it regardless. The issue is doing it safely. They need a place to go where they can do it safely, as opposed to ruining two people's lives, if that makes any sense. I'm going to be vague about this because I don't need another vacation. I'm going to be a little bit more vague and a lot less aggro with a lot of stuff that I'm saying, to give these people less of a reason to, commit more nonsense. But I am definitely pro-choice. That's just my thing, dude. I'm sorry. Like, I've been poor my whole life. I've seen what having a child can do to you if you're like, you just can't afford one. It's not good. And like, why would you want to raise a child in this atmosphere anyway? I mean, you got kids roaming the streets now because they're just walking out off campuses to go and get assaulted by like cops and stuff. Like, why would you want to have a child in this atmosphere anyway? And you can't say it's just high schoolers, because like a couple weeks ago we covered a bunch of elementary students that were all being marched outside on the pavement, on the sidewalk, across the crosswalks by literal like teachers and stuff. So they're like half their size.
No, it's less than 1.7%.
No, you're a fucking moron.
You don't know the statistics.
You see how angry they get?
Extremely common, and most women opt to have
miscarriages and abortion are different. What is abortion?
No,
a miscarriage is not the same. A miscarriage is not the same as an abortion.
Miscarriage is a medical abortion.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. An abortion is like it's surgically done. Or okay, that's not. So an abortion can be done chemically or with surgery, depending on how far along it is, but they're not the same thing. A miscarriage is not the same.
It's not. Okay, let me educate you, okay?
Miscarriages are sad, bro. Like, I've been lucky enough never to catch a call to a miscarriage. Miscarriages are really sad. Like, I don't think this person understands the actual, like, physical trauma that a miscarriage can do to a person.
Hey.
Bro, just because you don't agree with somebody does not give you the right to attack them.
Hey, that's not okay. Don't put your hand.
Hey, get back.
And you know what's sad is she's doing this because she knows that guy's not gonna hurt her. Straight up. If she thought for a second that dude was gonna like punch her back, She absolutely wouldn't have done that. That's the sad part about it.
Stop.
Oh my God.
Don't put your hands on her.
She did that in front of her daughter. She did that in front of her daughter, bro.
Please, I don't want to scare your daughter. Please get away.
That's
She's
crazy.
crashing out next to, she left her kid, so she should get in a fight over this? Oh my God. Crime more, bitch. Look at this. They're so violent, aren't they? Oh my, in front of her.
Yeah, like, in front of her child, bro. You know what needs to happen? She needs to go to jail for assault. I strongly believe in equal rights, so, like, if it had been me, I mean, I don't think I'm allowed to say with YouTube's terms and service what I would do, but I do believe in self-defense. I do believe that if you hit somebody, they have every right to hit you back. You know, we only learn that in what, like, elementary school, kindergarten, and then they need to take the child away. They need to put her in jail for assault and take the child away. That's what they need to do.
And she had a full fucking milkshake and she threw it at him. No accountability?
No, there's no accountability here.
The reason why these people do this is because they're not afraid of getting hit back.
Yeah, well, she knows that that this person's not going to do it.
That's what I think.
She's stereotyping. She thinks that because he's got a sign and he believes in you know, all lives matter, and he's like the stereotypical Republican, I guess. Let me get the air quotes in there because I don't really care. But the thing is she's stereotyping and she knows that he's not going to hit her because a lot of Republicans have the, like, old school mindset of, like, you know, well, not all of them. I'd say, like, a good portion of them do have that, like, stay home, don't hit women, you know, all lives matter and that kind of stuff.
That if you do this, and
so they're not going to hit. She's not going to get hit.
Punches you in the face.
That's where I'm going with that.
It is completely deserved. If you're one of these women that's going around hitting people and being
I agree.
violent and
I agree.
aggressive, and some guy punches you in the face,
yeah,
you shouldn't have done it.
Exactly. I agree with this. We need to live in a society where no matter what skin color you are, no matter what gender you are, if you run around and you start hitting people and you get hit back, then rip bozo. Seriously.
Yeah, you shouldn't have done it. I hate this weird double standard that we have, that women can just be violent and aggressive like this, and men have no way to respond to it other than just get hit. Yeah, you flagged for PvP, exactly. You shouldn't have done it. And so basically...
That's right, equal rights, equal lefts.
Yeah, in front of her kid, I know.
I just can't get over that she really... And this is the problem. You know, this person probably goes to a school. She most likely talks to her teachers who feel the exact same way about politics that she does. And what's going to happen is I guarantee you within a couple weeks to a month, this lady's going to be making they're going to be, you know, in front of the classroom making signs. And then a week after that, they're going to be marching up and down the street protesting ICE, even though they're, you know, her daughter doesn't know how to read or write. How much you want to make a bet that was a Coco Melon baby? Like, all she did was sit in front of Coco Melon.
Completely agree. Yeah, there's no reason to hit somebody.
What makes you wonder if she can even spell her own name?
Absolutely. I will 100% defend yourself. Yeah. And who thinks this is okay? All the women that do it. Do you think this woman would do that if she thought that the guy was going to punch her at full force?
That is true. How can these students make the signs if none of them know how to read or write? My fiance just brought up a great point. How do they know how to make the signs if none of these students know how to read or write?
Do you really think that she would do this? Of course not. She wouldn't even imagine that. The reason why she's doing it is because she thinks that she can get away with it. Respect to the guy for not hitting back in front of the kid, though. I'd do it.
I wouldn't. I genuinely wouldn't. I wouldn't because of the kid. I completely forgot about the kid. No, I probably wouldn't. Like, that's trauma. Dude, that is traumatizing for a child. I do actually really respect this guy for not hitting her whenever she hit him. Straight up. That mega giga Chad right here, bro.
I go to jail, right? But and that's the problem, is the legal system is completely in favor of people like this.
That's the sad part.
But I would support...
You got to have a really good attorney or lawyer to sue the police department if you defend yourself from somebody that's being belligerent like this, because the 9 times out of 10 you're going to end up in jail if you hit them. 100%. Even if it's a domestic dispute and you get police officers that aren't going to listen to both sides of the story, 9 times out of 10 you're going to end up in jail.
Like, if this guy knocked this bitch out right in front of her kid, I would say based. Absolutely unfathomably based. That's the way it should be. What's your take on abortion? I don't give a fuck if people want to get abortions or not, but it's not the problem. Just because I don't like abortions doesn't mean I get to punch somebody who does. Or sorry, just because I like abortions or not like.
Dang, bro, Hawaii. That's what's up. That's what's up, dude. I've always wanted to visit Hawaii. It's one of my I want to go to Belize, I want to go to Hawaii, and I want to go to Japan. Those are the 3 places I want to go. And then maybe China after. I'd love to go to Hawaii. I want to visit the, like, do you guys have, like, a Pearl Harbor thing down there? I love it, dude.
About abortions doesn't mean I get to punch somebody in the face who does. Too much force, but it warrants a slap.
Nah, bro, you good. God and a Fish, he's also, he usually talks in all caps. I don't, that's why I don't have, like, a big thing with, like, the big caps things. I don't really care, bro. I mean, you'll probably have some people in the chats that are going to be like, don't do that, but you're not going to get in trouble by me. I'm not going to ban you or suspend you, bro. You good. You good.
Disagree.
Feel free to do that.
I want to live in a world where you don't like to touch people because if you touch them, they could hurt you. I think that we can live in a world where touching people without their consent...
Are they really? That makes sense.
...is not something that you're allowed to do, and people don't do it. I don't like this touching people without their consent situation. It's weird.
I agree with this. Like, that's why you've got people like Imaru, who was at TwitchCon and she got, like, SA'd because a dude walked up and tried to kiss her while she was doing a meet and greet. The fact that we even tolerate... And then the guy got let go. Like...
Yeah, hurt, not kill.
And I wonder if like, we need to have systems in place where the city, especially if it's being recorded, can automatically press charges on these people. She needs her child taken away. I hate to say that, I do, but I would, if the dad is in the picture, I would send the child to the dad, give him full custody, and put her in jail, because she doesn't need to have this child if she's on the street assaulting people. This is disgusting.
That's just what happens.
Like,
so don't touch.
This
people.
is a civilized society, and you're around hitting people because you don't like what they're saying.
It's that simple. It is literally that simple. Yeah, it's respect people's boundaries.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you feel about duels with real guns? Sure, if it's consensual.
In Texas, you can fist fight somebody. If you call a cop, you can legally fist fight another person in public. It's a thing you can do in Texas. Now, it doesn't happen a lot, but if you consent and the other person consents in front of a police officer, he can supervise the fight. That's a thing you can do in Texas. That is a law. That is a thing you can do.
Definitely. And what was this year? I think a fist bump's the best. She attacked him, so any self-defense is reasonable.
It's called mutual combat. That's pretty funny, dude. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of cool.
And yeah, I'm very glad to see this. And hopefully more people do that. And I would totally support that. Oh, watch this.
If you don't step out of the car, we're going to break the window and we're going to remove you from the vehicle. You're going to be arrested.
Oh, these are police officers. These aren't ICE agents. These are not ICE agents. These are police officers. Just do what please just do what they're asking you to do. I've seen so many videos where all you have to do is comply with orders. That's it. All you have to do is comply with what they're asking you to do. You do that, you'll be on your way. If you feel like it is an unlawful detention, that's the best thing. Just comply with them. Don't give them a reason to actually throw you in jail. And then whenever you get out, get a lawyer. Sue them. Every cop has a body cam. All ICE agents have body cams now. Sue them. Just sue them. Live today, fight tomorrow.
I want your supervisor. I understand that.
Some states are not required to give you a supervisor, even if you ask for them. Puddin told me about this a couple days ago. Just because you ask for a supervisor does not mean that you're required to get one.
Here we go.
I don't need to provide.
Are you a supervisor?
No, I'm not required to provide you.
I'm pregnant in this car, and I don't want to be. I don't want it to escalate.
Okay.
I'm trying to get home with my sister.
Okay.
Hey, she
You
has
don't
the
have
right.
a-
She has the right to call your supervisor. Why can't you try to get home? If I feel like I'm unsafe, I
Okay.
don't feel safe.
We're gonna break your window. We're gonna break the window if you don't step out. And then you're coming out anyway. So. Okay, you're under arrest for.
Uh-huh.
I'm gone. I'm gone. Just no, for what? What is she under arrest?
What's she under arrest
Get out of the
for?
car.
What is she under arrest for?
Now.
What's she
driving
under-
without a license? Step out of the car.
Driving without a license.
I don't think you should be able I don't think you should be able to get online if you're 18. If you're under the age of 18, you shouldn't be allowed to get on. I'm saying that because I've got somebody over in the standard big screen chat, like the 1080. By the way, there is a big version of the stream. By the way, guys, if you go to the YouTube channel, there's a Discord. I also go to live on Twitch and Kick, and I also have a TikTok and Twitter and all that stuff. But if you go to the YouTube channel itself, there's two versions of the stream. There's a shorts version and a standard 1080. Not a lot of people know that. Stick around, sub. We're here Monday through Friday, as long as I don't catch another vacation. I had to take a vacation on Friday because I guess I said something that pissed somebody off. I don't know. But we're here Monday through Friday, and if you miss the stream, or for whatever reason, I get suspended again, I'll probably have to wait 90 days before I stream again, because 3 strikes you're out. It'll be my second one. I don't want to deal with that. So I'll most likely be uploading all the videos. Or what I do is I take each video, I react to it, I cut it up, and I throw it on YouTube. Or you can just, check out Twitch or Kick. But every video that I upload to the channel comes from the streams in the morning. So just a heads up. If I don't catch the stream, if for whatever reason you come here and it's not there, go to Twitch or Kick. Just go to the channel, click on the Twitch or Kick thing, and then go there. I will most likely be live Monday through. I'm always live Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to about 11:30 a.m. So
Big mistake. Oh, here we go.
even yesterday I was live. I just didn't stream to YouTube because I was very like, ugh. Do I really want to deal with another vacation?
Step out of the car.
We're not gonna tell you right away. Don't reach your window.
Just get out of the car. Dude, her entitlement is showing right now.
Crazy how the police are just adult daycare? Isn't that insane to me? That they're basically just adult daycare. None of this had to happen. Like, I never really understood the kind of bullshit that these police officers had to deal with until I really watched some of these body cam videos. And, like, these people are fucking morons. Yeah, it's adult daycare. Like, we're spending all this money micromanaging these retards.
I can't... Look here. I don't want to... I have mental health issues, okay? I do have mental health issues. I have ADHD, I have a bunch of other shit. I take medication for it. It helps. Does wonders. I can't tell you, whenever I was riding around with the ambulance, how many calls we got to go to some person who was claiming they were having some kind of weird thing going on with them. And come to find out, it was because they either, like, in some way, shape, or form, they were mentally ill, and I'm going to emphasize that. They just wanted the attention. That's all they wanted. Wasting, and it's free to them. That's the sad part. It's free. Because they don't get into the ambulance, we don't drive them anywhere, it's free to them. And it's sad. It really is. Taking, like, resources out of service so that way you could get this weird thing is just it's so sad, bro.
Just get out of the car. Just get out. Jesus. Just open it.
Oh, bro, she's trying to drive off. You hear the engine revving?
Just open it, and she's trying to drive.
Yeah, she's like revving the engine, bro. Oh my gosh. Oh my.
They're taking off.
Bro, she's got kids. She's got like high schoolers in the car too. There's no way, man.
Look.
What's she hit?
Who she at?
She hit something.
All of this was escalated because she just wouldn't get out of the car. Everything, all of this. Like, you're about to ruin your life because you just wouldn't get out of the car.
She wrecks? Really? Yeah, she could have just got out of the car. There's no way something bad happens to her, right? Surely not, right?
Here we go.
Damn, she's going fast, bro.
Oh, here we go. Go get her ass. Here we go. There it is, and...
Oh! She ran a red light.
I'll pull it over, you guys can see it.
It's so stupid. Bro, it's like what I said a couple weeks ago, man. Whenever you let these people go and do this, you don't, like this is kind of like Renee Good in a sense. If she had drove off and she started running from them and speeding off, she has two other people in this car, man. She got two other people besides herself in this car. Not to mention the car that just T-boned her. What if they got kids in there, man? What if they got... they obviously have other people in there. That could have been somebody's grandparent that they just lost. Could have been another person that just got, like, it's so sad. Just because you don't want to comply. Just get out of the car, man. You don't want to ruin your life. You don't want to ruin whoever you have, your passenger's life. You don't want to ruin somebody else's life. Like, it's such a stupid thing to go and do just because you didn't want to get out of the car. Like, seriously, it's so dumb. It's such a stupid thing to lose your life over. Did she hit? No, dude.
Person too.
Man.
That's a random ass person. That's her. She crashed out hard. Jesus.
Bro.
Oh, they got babies in the car.
There's a baby in the car?
Bro, she had a baby in the car? Bro. Are you kidding me, bro? Bro, it turns my stomach because, like, I've been to some crazy calls. Whenever I got hired where I worked at as a fireman, I heard that, and this is real. It's not that I heard it. It's not like somewhere. No, this actually happened. A cement truck hopped over the guardrail and landed on an SUV. And I've told this story a couple times, but luckily I had just gotten hired, so we were in the training process whenever we heard about this. We didn't go to it. We were training to, like, fight fires and stuff. And dude, the crew that went to this scene, they had to take like a week off because the cement truck had smushed the back of the vehicle into the ground, and there were kids in it. And, like, they said that, like, they had to, like, pick the kids out one by one. Dude, it's fucking awful, right? It's awful. It's terrible. It's terrible. And to think that something like that just kind of happens sometimes, right? But something like this is so avoidable, and it turns my stomach when I see stuff like this happening. It turns my stomach, bro.
Jesus Christ.
This is disgusting. It's.
Oh my God.
Come on, no! Get out of here! Get on the floor, no!
Yep.
Get on the floor!
Wild animals, you're right.
She didn't do nothing.
She didn't do nothing. What do you mean she didn't do nothing? Are you kidding me?
It is. It's senseless death. It is.
You are crashed out with your car, like, upside down. Oh, I didn't do anything. Like, are you retarded?
Even if you didn't do anything, that's for the court to decide, not you. When did we get this mentality of, well, I'm going to decide if I did something right or wrong when you've got a police officer telling you to get out of the car? Whenever you have a firearm license, the first thing they tell you to do, your instructor, is put your hands out of the window. If you have your firearm on your hip or you have it in your car and you have a license to carry, the instructor is like, roll down your window, put your damn hands out of the car. It is his word for word what my instructor said. He said, I don't want to get a news, I don't want to see a news report on YouTube or the news tomorrow or any day after that has your name written across it because you didn't follow instructions. Put your hands out the goddamn window and announce that you have a firearm. Better yet, if you can, get your damn handgun license and get your ID and all your stuff so that way you can speed the process up.
Get on the floor! You do nothing.
It's crazy, bro. Just comply with the police. Stop saying that you did nothing wrong. That's not for you to decide. That's for the court to decide.
I love how, like, what do you think is going to happen? You think you're going to get away?
It's so sad to see this, man. It's sad.
The backseat driver?
Please get her up. Okay.
Manslaughter?
Don't worry. No, I understand. Don't cause yourself problems. Nothing.
Can you imagine how great society would be if we just locked all these people up?
You know, he's not wrong. Seriously.
Like, how much you want to bet this bitch probably had problems before this?
Oh, absolutely. Like, mental health is a serious problem for America right now. Like, it's just a growing concern. We have a mental health, what's the term? Crisis. We have a mental health crisis in America. And the issue is that most of people go undiagnosed simply because they can't afford to get diagnosed. They was going to try and charge me $200. I went to every doctor under the sun growing up because of Medicare paid for it all. And they paid for my medication. I turned 18, I could no longer afford it. It took me 5 years to get back on it, right? They didn't want to put me back on it. They wanted to charge me $200 because I couldn't have access to my my child records, right? I couldn't get access to them. And I found an old prescription bag that had the paperwork still attached to it. And that's how I was able to get back on. They was trying to charge me $200 on top of the $150, just like $150 for the doctor visit, $200 for the test, and another $200 for whatever place I had to go to get it done. How, like, and I'm paying for it all out of pocket. I'm like, nah, dude.
Person up a while ago, we'd be living. I'm telling you guys, like, there'd be no jewel cases in CVS. You'd be able to go. This is where we'd be at. All right, I'm gonna let y'all know this is where we're gonna be at. You would be able to go to McDonald's, and they would have. This is. I know you will not believe this.
I don't take SSRI. I think it's an antihistamine. Let me see. What is this? It's not an antihistamine. I'm retarded. Don't listen to that. That's not what it is. It's not an antihistamine. It's a it's an amphetamine. I know that. It's prescribed by a doctor. It's Vyvanse. I mean, if you know what Vyvanse is, it's an ADHD pill. That's the only thing I take. I don't take anything else. I'm supposed to be taking other stuff for my depression, but I don't take that. I don't need that, dude. I don't want to take that.
Have the little things of barbecue sauce out there on the tray that you can pick up yourself. You would be able to go over there and say, oh, I need some more barbecue sauce for my nuggets. Let me go get it for myself. Okay? That's the world that you used to have. That's the world before we let these animals run wild.
Yeah, that's true. The time to take off, the means to get there. It also has to do with the doctors still being paid to do their job, you know?
And cause all these problems. The part's missing where she killed the family? Yeah, I mean, listen, like, again, the problem is that somebody like this, I can almost guarantee you.
And I love that this lady was complaining about her being pregnant whenever she's grabbing on the mom. I don't know if this is the mom. If this is, I don't know. I don't know what was going on in the van. Right? It looked like a mother and two teenage people in there. I don't know. It could be her friends. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But you just ran from police and probably, you know, killed a whole family because you didn't want to let a judge in court decide if you did something right or wrong.
Let me do a little bit of fucking guesswork, all right? How much do you want to bet that this retard, along with her retard friends, probably have prior convictions, other arrests,
or
and
warrants? They probably have warrants.
Problems.
Or drugs on them.
But the reason why they didn't want to get out of the car is they might have had a warrant out for their arrest, or they might have been doing something else against the law. And so the solution to this is you put them in the box. And if you don't do that, you have these morons running around, and you have the police that are effectively the retard wrangling squad that have to go out there and go after them. Suicidal empathy keeps these people in society. I know that.
She was driving with a suspended... Dude, that's totally a reason. Oh my God. Like, you understand the mentality behind that? I'm driving with a suspended license, so I'm going to flee from police that leads to the death of a whole family. Those were, let's say that it was, you know, a wife, a husband, and they had 2 kids. Because you didn't want to go to jail for a suspended license, you took their lives. Because you fled from police and you ran a red light, and you ended their lives because they T-boned you. And you want to talk about fairness? You really want to sit there and talk about what fairness is? How is it fair to them? Like,
and anything, would you want a high trust society? Absolutely. Shoot them if they drive off? Maybe. Probably a reason why she's driving without a license. Missing, she accuses the police of trying to kill her? Yeah. And what is this here? It's color, not culture. It does have nothing to do with it. If they were white, it would be the same thing. If they're black,
it doesn't matter what color. See, this is just disgusting. It doesn't matter what color they are. I don't care what color somebody is. If you break the law, go to jail. I don't care, man. Oh, but all the black people, that's like 95% of the people. I don't care. It doesn't matter what race, color, ethnicity, like religion. I don't care, bro. If you out there, you know, hurting people, you need to go to jail. You out there breaking, you need to go to jail. I don't care if you're rich or poor.
it's the same
We
thing.
need to stop catering to all these criminals, bro. This is
It's
crazy.
not about that. Like, it's about not listening to the police and driving off really fast. If that's most black people or most white people, it doesn't make a difference. It's
Exactly.
the action that's bad. Anybody doing this needs to go to fucking jail. It's insane. It's how you behave. Yeah, it's how you act, man.
No, she doesn't. She's going to affect whoever else, because there were 2 people in that car with her. She's going to affect their lives. She's going to affect the lives of the people that she gets into a car, because she hit multiple cars there. Not just the truck that T-boned her, but she hit other cars whenever she, you know, she got struck by that vehicle, and she went flying around, bro. She hit 2 other vehicles. She hit that big truck and then a car that was next to that truck, and she ended up past them. Not to mention, like, there's so many people whose lives are affected by this because you don't want to own up to your mistakes. It's disgusting. And we need to stop catering to these people. They're gonna get other people killed.
And what happened to the other car, though? Does it say anything? Oh, they're dead. Yeah, they're dead. So that's what happens. And who said that shit? Just some guy, right? And that's crazy woman. Yeah. And it's really, really sad. It is very sad for me to see this happen. And the worst part about it is the fact that, you know, if you let these people...
It just sucks, man. It really just sucks. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's such a stupid thing to get people killed over. It's so stupid, man. Okay. All right, we got Obama, man. What's Obama gonna say? You know people hate Obama now too, right?
Viral of Clinton and Obama.
The only thing that I didn't like about Obama was his Obamacare, bro. I didn't like that he made Americans pay for insurance. I didn't like that at all. I don't like that one bit. I think insurance is a scam. I do.
Oh, what's this here?
I understand we are fighting an ideological battle that is as old as time.
Yep, that's right.
There are those of
Well,
us...
no, it's not as old as time. That's what happens when you've got a bunch of, wealthy people that want the battle to be between, I mean, whenever you have a bunch of wealthy people in a society that want to keep all the eyes off of them so that way they can continue to manipulate everything and keep the identity, race, religion, politics, so that way they stay at each other's throats. That is as old as time itself, isn't it? I mean, I feel like every kingdom kind of had that to an extent before it got overthrown, did it not?
To our more
you might be onto something, boys.
A more open, tolerant world. And there are those who have their concerns about it because they worry about the impact on existing institutions like the family, community, and others. Yes, migration has been a...
Well, the issue isn't the migration part of it. It's the illegal migration that's a problem. If you migrate to America and you have like a visa or something, means that you're registered in the system. You get like I'm not 100% sure how it works, but you have a job, you're making money, right? I mean, you obviously got a work visa, which means that you're paying taxes to an extent. You're not pulling welfare, which means that you're adding to this. You're actually a contributing member to the United States of America. Like that's the goal here. But when you import a bunch of people into a community and they take welfare and they don't contribute to the pot, that pot's going to run dry. It's going to run dry. Like even, for example, like if you go to an emergency room, you'll see a bunch of people there and a lot of them are probably illegal because they don't have insurance, because they don't have a job and they can't get a job because of the crackdowns that are going on right now, right? They can't get a job, which means they don't have health insurance, which means if they really messed up, they're going to be going to the ER. And there they have to be treated. Like the staff at the ER are obligated by law to treat them. And that's how you've got it. It's an overexertion of resources that we already didn't have. That's the problem with it. Is that we didn't have the resources for our homeless people and the people in the US before we had this mass influx. And now they're saying that, like, even Social Security is going to be exhausted by the year 2035. And that's a bad thing. Like, we are getting to the point of no return now.
Huge flashpoint. More people were deported under my husband and Barack Obama without killing American citizens and without putting children...
That's actually false. There were a lot of illegals that unfortunately lost their lives during Obama's administration. It's unfortunate. Like, no one deserves to have their life taken from them unless you, like, I do believe in the death penalty. That I do. I just do. If you take a life, you either need to be sent to a camp where you work until you die. If you have to pay that life back to society. If John Doe gets, killed by like Stephen Miller, I'm so sorry. I know that's like a... Okay, let me use a different name. If John Doe gets killed by Jane Doe, then Jane Doe needs to go somewhere where she can work off a debt to society, because if John Doe was a contributing member to society and you take that person out of society, then somebody needs to fill that void for the rest of their life. Like, that's just how it is. That's how it needs to be.
Well,
and in my thought, why kill somebody if you can get labor out of them? Like, what's the point? It's just a waste of a life.
Did that because he even made the camps. People did die under ICE. 56 individuals died while in ICE custody. This is during the Obama administration.
There is a legitimate reason to have a debate about things like migration. It went too far. It's been disruptive and destabilizing.
It is.
And it
destabilizes the country.
To be fixed in a humane way.
How do you humanely separate a family and then send that person who's not supposed to be here back to their country?
Exactly. Like, if you are an immigrant or an illegal immigrant and you come here and you have a child, that child, like, we're at a time in history where things are just unprecedented. Like, we need to think about what we need to do as a society. We obviously can't allow these illegals or these, people to come here from a different country and have a kid and then use that kid as leverage to become a citizen. It's a slap in the face to every, migrant that wants to come here and work in our system and contribute actual taxes and stuff. It's a slap to them. It's a slap in their face, bro. Like, it's bad. We can't have that. It's just wrong.
Do it in a humane way. It's just code for we don't want to deal with immigration. And before you talk about,
and that's exactly like the problem is that a lot of these people, they don't want to do the hard things that you have to do to fix these problems. Nobody wants to separate a child from their family. Nobody wants to deport an entire family. It's not a matter of what they want. It's a matter of what needs to be done for the country. No different than somebody going to war. It's not nobody wants to kill somebody. It's not a matter of what you want to do. It's a matter of what needs to be done. And that's what we need. We need people in our government that are going to be willing to do the hard decisions to make things better for not just us, but our kids. That's the problem. We don't need these pushovers in the government anymore, man. We need people that are going to get the job done. You have to make hard decisions in politics. That's just how it is. It sucks. No one said it was going to be good.
We did do it more easily. We allowed people to self-deport. We give them money to self-deport. They don't do that. They know they're here illegally. They stay here, and then they fight with the police.
But what is also true is that we're a nation of laws. We have borders, and we've got to figure out an immigration policy that is fair and is enforced in a sensible way. We've got to accommodate the reality that the majority...
The thing is like, they've been deporting people since, like, 9/11. There is a process in place for these people. Trump is just speeding that process up. That's all he's doing. He's not skipping the process, from what I understand. But at the same time, I do believe that if you're an illegal, our Constitution shouldn't apply to you. Like, the Constitution was made for, like, citizens, people who are Americans. It's not made for people to just, like, if you did half the stuff that some of these people that come here, like, for example, that one guy that finally got deported for rallying up a bunch of people that ended up taking over a library at a college. You were an immigrant that should be here to study and, assimilate with America. Why are you doing that? Like, you are the luckiest person in the world if you're able to do the correct process in order to migrate to America, especially with how long it takes, and attend a college. That means that a job is paying for you to go to college. Americans don't even get this privilege. Americans have to take out hundreds of thousands of dollars of student loan debt that they'll never pay off and won't go away with bankruptcy. They die with that money. And you are, not only were you were able to get away from your country, you were able to attend college for free. You probably have your own housing for free, and you are guaranteed a job whenever you get done. Why would you throw that away? You're so lucky. That is such a privilege. Not even Americans have that privilege, and that's the problem. That's the problem right there.
American people think that there's a difference between somebody who's a U.S. citizen and somebody who's not, and that they want
See, he's using another qualifying statement. The majority of the American people believe. He's not using his own words. He's looking and paraphrasing other people so he can effectively not have ownership of this idea himself.
Sometimes I think what happens in the
it shouldn't be that way. You shouldn't be scared to say something. I hear whenever, like, Kirk got, killed, unfortunately, when he was assassinated, I heard a lot of people pleading the Fifth and Second Amendment to use that as some weird, like, argument. They would, like, cherry pick out certain terms and words to use it against, like, Americans. And I started to realize that it kind of felt like a lot of these people were probably like some kind of foreign bot or something like that, trying to, like, destabilize the country or it has to be something like that. There's no way. Like, how are you gonna tell a person who lives in a country what their laws and constitutions say, and if you're not even from that country? Well, I can think of a few reasons why you would say that. It's to destabilize them.
My debate is if somebody...
This is the new type of warfare we've got now. This is what we have now. My mic is pissing me off, dude.
Well, we have to have some immigration enforcement. Then somebody's going to point at that child and say, so you don't care about that kid, so you must be a bad person. The same would be true, let's say, here in Los Angeles around the homeless issue. I think morally, ethically speaking, it is an atrocity that in a country this wealthy, we have people on the streets.
Okay, problem
exactly.
Identified. Go get them.
We simply say, you know what, it's not their fault, and so they should be able to do whatever they want. That's a losing political strategy.
It's another time he's not giving his own opinion. Talking about this as a definitional thing.
Times is the arguments that are taking place, but they become sort of performative, and people start
He's right.
saying, oh, you're selling out, you're being impractical.
So, let me just go ahead and explain it. So this is what you do with the homeless people. You just go around, round them up, put them in some house, put them in some area. If they're crackheads, you put them
Well, I mean, that's what they did with D.C. They completely cleaned up the streets of D.C. They went, and cleaned up all the parks. They told them that if they could either go to a rehab center and get help, or they could go to jail.
Rehab, that's it, problem solved.
Exactly.
Way, the moral
Forced it. That's the thing is, you've got all these druggies, these fent zombies out on the street. Doing nothing isn't going to solve the problem. Put them in jail. Put them in jail for 2-3 years, and by the time they come out, they'll be completely clean of any drug in their system. That's what they need to do with these people. Doing nothing doesn't solve this problem. Getting them off the street, forcing them to go to rehab, or forcing them to go into jail, so that way they get clean, whether they like it or not. That's how you solve this. It's not like a complete resolution to the situation, but it's better than doing nothing.
Thing to do. This is the main thing that annoys the fuck out of me. Whenever I see any of this, Obama saying this or Hillary Clinton saying this.
That's a losing political strategy.
It's a losing political strategy because it's fucking retarded. That's the reason why it's a losing political strategy.
There it is.
Going to talk about.
Oh man, the burnt peanut's making front page again, huh? The burnt peanut has been kicking it off. If you don't know, the burnt peanut won VTuber of the Year, and that's just whenever he started, and now everyone's trying to say that he has view bots.
Wow, the burnt peanut is Israel's #1.
By the way, if you haven't watched the burnt peanut on Twitch, go check him out, dude. He's hilarious. I used to watch Dr. Disrespect before I found out certain allegations, and then he kind of told on himself. The burnt peanut, bro, is so much better than Doc. The burnt peanut is hilarious.
Streamer.
Bro, this is the number one streamer of Israel.
Context. The burnt peanut is by far the biggest streamer in the world, getting more than 70k viewers on Twitch and 100,000.
He made all of his assets through Blender. He learned how to use Blender, and he made all of the assets for his little peanut character through Blender. He did not pay a dime to anybody to do the VTuber stuff. He did it all himself. And I think that's another reason why people don't like him, is a lot of people see someone like the burnt peanut and they can't find an excuse for why he became successful.
On YouTube every day. He quickly rose to fame, being an extremely entertaining host, masquerading as a peanut while playing Ark Raiders. Naturally, as with all the new popular streamers, Hassan tried his best to co-opt Peanut's platform and infect it with his ideology.
Play Ark Raiders with Burnt Peanut. I've been seeing him on my TikTok feed nonstop. Do not play with him. He's a fucking fascist. I highly doubt that he is a fascist. And obviously, if you're a normal content creator, why in the ever-loving fuck would you ever want to be around someone like myself?
That's a good question. If you're, that's the reason why Imaru's getting her backlash now, is because she wants to remain, if you're a game, she wants to remain apolitical. If you're a gaming content creator, why the hell would you enter politics unless you're going to make money off of it? That's the only reason why Hassan and Asman are doing it. They make money off of it.
whose community instantly goes, that's a white supremacist, racist, fascist. You will win him over with your chill vibes? Maybe.
Yeah, very chill vibes indeed.
Oh, look, the dog's back.
Peanut did the worst thing imaginable. He made fun of Hassan's shock collar.
I have just recently learned of a great dog training method. Shock them into so much pain until they don't move.
You know, that's not even the worst part. J.D. Vance brought it up during a interview with, I think it was Fox or somebody. So that's not even... It's funny that... Build 20 bridges. Suck one dick. Well, guess what? You're not a bridge builder. You're a dick sucker. Do 100,000 political streams. And shock one dog. Well, you're not a political content creator. You're a dog shocker.
Street, that was just a mobile
And that's allegedly, by the way. Allegedly. None of this is proven. He's not going to court for it, and it doesn't matter anyway. It's legal to do it in America, even though the reason behind, if it's true, I definitely don't agree with that method for that reason. That's wrong. That's awful.
Ruber on the street, his dog's dead now for some reason, and I have not heard any explanation.
I saw one of his takes about, like, America.
People were saying that because the dog wasn't in the background for a while.
And so this turned from Hassan desperately fishing for a collaboration to his worst nightmare.
USA is a joke. Buddy, we got a flying black Dorito worth more than the entire GDP of your country that could flatten your shit before you blink. USA...
Oh my god, dude, I love him. I didn't know he said that. It's been a while since I tuned in. We got a flying black Dorito that's worth more than the GDP of your country that can flatten you. Oh my god!
I guarantee you, we've got homeless people on the streets of LA living in tents with a newer iPhone than your president. USA, USA, back to back.
That's right. Yep.
Let's go! Bro, I thought I loved him.
Really, Dr. Kid Inspect?
Uh-huh.
No, this is the new version. That's what I'm saying.
This is the new version of Dr. Kid Inspect?
Like,
what the
fuck? The patch notes version where Israel did its very best.
Just for context, Hassan lately has lost his mind, and whenever he wants to attack someone, he calls them Israeli or a pedophile.
You know why? Because Hassan's panicked. I would be panicked too. Like, bro, he's losing subs and follows like crazy. I genuinely feel really bad for Hassan because ever since Trump solved the Palestine and Israel thing, his entire, like, everything just goes. I feel so bad for Hassan. And I've said this multiple times, like, I don't think Hassan has the same, like, actually thinks a lot of the stuff he says is true. He's going to get on mic and he's going to say that. But that's because he's audience captured. He knows that the audience that he's cultivated for himself will immediately turn on him and cannibalize each other. And they already have. I mean, just they look at the dog thing, like they immediately turned on him. It's sad, bro. I genuinely feel bad for Hassan.
You entertain yourself. Your coworkers entertain themselves with burnt peanut. The most co-worker
Jesus, man,
entertaining content creator out there. Let's get to another spiritually Israeli VTuber.
Spiritually, it's really kind of like, I mean, damn, he has more viewers than loves America, and that's Hassan's most nightmare. I mean, yeah, I guess so. And what should we imply from this video of his? What's this?
That's the legendary question of all time. Old enough to...
Yo, is that Hassan? Holy crap, he looks like that one dude from The Boys. I can't think of his name. He's been in a few movies. Man.
Count, old enough to mount, question mark? I want to say thank you to Miley Cyrus for showing off her...
Bro, he totally could have been an actor. He still can. He's definitely got the looks for it. I mean, you can say a lot about his character, but, like, dude, he could definitely... He can definitely act. I mean...
So at the VMAs the other night, I always knew Hannah Montana was a little slut. Don't even try to hide it. You turn out to be a slut who's craving for attention, and then I tend to pick you up at a bar.
How?
A late night and bang you out on the first date.
Is that Hassan?
How old was she then? 16? I don't know why you would say this, right? I really don't.
Old enough to count. Old.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, that's going to be a problem because a lot of students can't count now, so.
No, cut the tape, guys. Cut the tape. No, I didn't say that.
This is him straight up, straight up implying, God, this guy's such a fucking loser, dude.
We literally showed your own video. Meanwhile, you call pedophiles random people you hate.
His time will come.
Talkcraft this week, my time will come. I'm manifesting. Oh, I want to manifest. Oh,
Jesus,
God.
man. Oh, man, what's going on with Tectone?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Pardon the scuff setup. It's my day off. I've been connecting a lot with nature today, and, I've been back on the grind and shaking again. Once again, I don't have a talk about what I want to talk about. And, there's fucking kids playing and shit and fucking dipshit. Anyways. Moral of the story, essence of everything I need to say is, you get one life. You get one opportunity. If you're unlucky, this world is pain. Your existence is the greatest philosophical joy. It's up to you for how you take it. It's not my job to convince him.
I don't know what the hell this is about. I miss, whenever Tectone would just go on stream and say what he was thinking. I miss those days so much. I really do. I don't know what's going on with him, bro. No idea what's going on with him anymore. Do we have any... Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. I'm not really seeing anything that's super crazy. Okay. Here we go. Bill Gates messed up. If you don't know, Bill Gates was in the Epstein files recently.
Another place that India leads, but there's a lot more that all of you can be involved in driving forward.
I believe he was in the Epstein files.
Is this digital public infrastructure? You would have expected rich countries or others to do that, but in fact, they did not. And so that basic structure that starts with identity and bank accounts and payments is just foundational.
I thought he was. I just want to make sure.
As part of this visit, I'm now seeing how that foundation is being built out in agriculture with profiles of farmers to understand what they need and give them advice.
To kill people because it didn't work.
With health records, so that we can help people not only with infectious diseases, but
like COVID,
the challenge that's coming in the future.
That's a little bit upsetting.
That we can help people not only with infectious diseases, but the challenge that's coming in the future.
Huh. I wonder what he's talking about.
And that digital public infrastructure will help us.
What the hell is he talking about?
That is
climate problems.
It's a mystery.
And so that all starts, with an Aadhaar identity, getting the information, making sure it's
what a
up
weird
to date.
guy. Yeah. What a really weird...
I'm not going to make any allegations because the thing is that I'm not going to make any allegations to anybody that was in the Epstein files that had everything is so heavily redacted that it's a big mess. It's a mess. It's a huge mess. And if you make allegations, you're setting yourself up to be sued, and I don't want that. The hell with that.
Weird guy. Bill Gates says a merge of biometric ID. Bank
do I think he's malicious? Yeah, I do. Am I going to say that? No, I'm not.
Payment systems is needed to safely monitor people's health records, keeping tabs on farmers and tackling climate problems. Huh, that's really interesting. And so, oh, here's another one too, guys. This is a nice little surprise. Epstein and Gates plan to get rid of all the poor people. I mean, that means we're all going to be rich, right?
He also talked about COVID. They talked about something that sounds a lot like COVID.
Cool. I'm excited. Also, I've been thinking a lot about that question you asked Bill Gates. How do we get rid of poor people as a whole? And I have an answer. Comment regarding that for you. When can I call you today to discuss this? Oh yeah, by the way, was Jeffrey Epstein involved potentially with COVID or other types of pandemics? Of course! Of course he was! Duh! Follow-up recommendations and or technical specifications for strain pandemic simulation. It's all, he was the DM of the world. He was. This is insane.
Yep. It's crazy, man. Oh man, you know we gotta listen to her.
Epstein at the conference?
Friends and Madam Secretary, I'd like to ask you, I'm the mother of a daughter, and it absolutely horrifies me to see what the Epstein files have brought out. Yeah. And I wanted to ask you, what does it say about Western values when Western leaders have perpetuated and participated in these
let me give you what needs to happen is they need to remove every single person in the government that is implicated in those files because they're compromised. They need to pull them out of the government. They need to put them on an investigation list, and they need to unredact the full versions of those files except for the victims' faces. That's what needs to happen right now. And every country in the world should be doing this. Every country in the world needs to be doing this. We need to get oh no, not Trump. Pull them out. Do an investigation, release these files. Everyone is compromised because of how redacted these files are. Compromises everybody. J.D. Vance can take over. He's not in the files. J.D. Vance can take over, run the country, and do it on Trump's behalf for now. Whoever's in those files and is in the government is compromised. They need to go. They got to go.
Abuses of minors and girls.
Thank you very much. We have gone everywhere from New Start to Epstein.
Yeah, I heard three in particular. To the last question, it's horrifying, and we're hoping that there will be continued release every day that passes. That doesn't mean, as our news commentators say every day in the United States, it's because someone's name is there, they committed a crime. But I think there's a lot of
I wonder why she's saying
very troubling and really horrific information coming out. Today, came out that Steve Bannon was trying to get Jeffrey Epstein to help him overthrow Pope Francis. I guess that was part of the civilizational
true
conservatism. So it is something that needs to be totally transparent. I've called for many years for everything to be put out there so people can not only see what is in them, but also, if appropriate, hold people accountable. We'll see what happens. On the New START treaty, which we were
Yep.
You know what's crazy to me? Because after Trump won the first election, dude, Hillary just vanished. It's so mind blowing to me to think that she just poofed out of thin air, And now she's kind of sort of resurfacing again.
Mail about Hillary from 2013. Could you organize this discreet meeting between Sarko and Hillary Clinton in New York? If not, who should we ask? What the fuck? Meetings with Hillary are not easily discreet. When? And this is from Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh,
boy.
what?
And Hillary Clinton, I'll sacrifice a chicken in the backyard to Moloch. Wait, what is this here?
Wait,
With
what?
fingers crossed, the old rabbit's foot out of the box in the attic, I will be sacrificing a chicken in the backyard to Moloch. And that was from Hillary Clinton? Bill and Hillary Clinton will be testifying in front of Congress regarding Jeffrey Epstein.
Bro, you know we're going to be covering that. Let's
on
go.
February 26th
Let's
and
go.
27th. And I find it to be funny is that they said they weren't going to do it, then they didn't. It's almost like the same thing that I've said 1,000 times is true. People
just hold these people accountable. Duh. Hold them accountable. If they think that they're above the law and that they can just skip out on court, then subpoena. Send out a warrant. Charge them as criminals.
Respond to incentives. The moment that you put something in front of somebody and they say, oh shit, my life is going to get fucked up if I don't do this.
Exactly.
Suddenly, now everything changes and they want to play ball.
Yep.
Wow, what a surprise.
Yep, that's exactly what it is too. Oh, she's trying to run for president?
Starting to see the...
I want to state this very clearly. I don't care if a woman runs as president. If you're going to run as president, at least have policies that people agree with.
...sense of the right, even in places like Munich. Marco Rubio's speech was a pure appeal to Western culture. My favorite part was when he...
Yeah, because he's running for Americans. What do you mean it's a pure appeal to Western culture? You do realize that, like, immigrants that come here and they assimilate with our society, they're technically Westerners now, right? Isn't that the goal of immigration? Is to, like, bring people in to assimilate with our culture? I don't know where they got their original, like, you know, idea of what immigration was supposed to be, but it's kind of flawed, huh? It's kind of messed up now.
American cowboys came from Spain.
Well, yeah, I mean, like the conquistadors did.
Just for context, the roots of American cowboy culture trace directly back to the Iberian Peninsula, where it is referred as...
You do realize that at one point in time, the entire continent was one mass. It was one landmass. And that whenever the continent split, it was the same people. They just got separated. That's all it was. You do realize this, right? Like it's a fact. That's just how it is. Like every continent in the world, way back when, was all one big landmass. And as time went on and the tectonic plate shifted, the landmass got separated. And there were people on both sides because they were just inhabiting the land. It's just so dumb, dude. Like, and you know what's sad is this wouldn't even be brought up at all if they weren't just if you didn't have like these singers like Billie Eilish on stage making statements like, "Oh, well, you can never own stolen land," and it's like, what?
What Rubio said.
The entire romance of the cowboy archetype that became synonymous with the American West. These were born in Spain.
He's 100% right, by the way.
American cowboys came from Spain.
I thought they came from Winnetou, but...
I believe the Mexicans and descendants of African enslaved peoples would like to have a word. You know, I think it's...
You do realize that... So check this out. You do know that whenever they were taking boats of slaves back and forth to America and Africa, there were also black people in Africa that were selling out their own people. You do realize that, right? You do realize that there were Africans that were selling their own clan members to Americans. It's not just white people that have a fault in that.
Also important to note how thin
and let me tell you why this is true. We don't own any part of Africa. How is it that we got all these people from over there, yet we don't have any military bases and we don't consider Africa a part of America? Like,
foundation is.
Okay, let's explain
Culture is changing. Culture...
Yeah, that's the problem. I think things were really good the way it was. Now you're trying to change it and make it
I'm sure we've got some military bases there, but nothing like Nothing that shows ownership, if that makes any sense.
Thing that it's not? I don't think so.
They want to take this mantle of culture. At the end of the day, though, it is very thin.
Really? European and Western culture is very thin? That's crazy. Because you're up there speaking English. AOC. What does the C stand for? AOC says whiteness is imaginary and needs to be differentiated from being English, French, or German, which have rich history and heritage.
If you go to school, you are taught English. So the person that I dated for 5 years was a high school teacher. They have a high school class that if you are, because she had a lot of Hispanic, high schoolers, right? Children. A lot of Hispanic high schoolers that didn't know English. And they have to go to a specific class in their, classes that will teach them English. English is the tongue of America. It is. And I'm so happy that Trump made it the tongue, or the correct communication thing, because that's what it is. Everyone here knows English, man. Seriously.
There's a very big difference.
I don't care if you come here I don't care if you come from a different country and you move here and you do it legally. You just assimilate. If you assimilate, bro, I'm not going to treat you any differently than any other American. As far as I'm concerned, you're an American. You came here, you didn't try to do some weird, scammy stuff like what was going on in Minneapolis. You didn't try to do anything crazy, right? You assimilated. You learned our language. You, became part of our culture. You pay taxes. I don't care. Do whatever. You don't commit crime. I'm not asking for much. Just be a normal person.
National, your actual culture, right? Whiteness is an imaginary thing. Being German is real.
No, there's a shared European heritage.
Being Italian is real. Being English.
Yeah. So she's a retard. It is a shared ancestral and cultural heritage that is predicated on Roman and Greek ethics, morality, politics, basically nation building and culture. So she doesn't understand that.
Is because we want to tell a larger story, that what is happening is indeed very grave. And we are in a new era, domestically and globally. There have been many leaders who've said we will go back. And I think we have to recognize that we are in a new day and in a new time. But that does not mean that
the issue here is that we tried your way. We allowed these illegals to come in. We allowed the mass migration of people. And countries all over the world, Japan just elected somebody that's going to do mass deportation. The UK has a third party that's running on deportation. And not UK, Britain. Specifically, Britain is running with a candidate that is wanting mass deportation. He's currently slowly but surely climbing up percentages and becoming more and more of a contender. We did it your way. We got violence. We got people that didn't want to assimilate, a lot of fraud. Now, I'm not saying it's like that with all illegals. Some illegals, bro, they just want to be here and they don't want to cause no trouble. They don't want to take anyone's identity. They just want to do their own thing and fuck off, right? And I get it. But we can't, as a country, we can't afford you. We can't. We don't have the resources for that. We don't. We're sorry. But we can't do it. It's not something that we can just do. We can't just mass import a bunch of people, give them all of our resources because they're on welfare and stuff and housing, because we don't have it for ourselves. Americans don't even get half the stuff these people do. And that's the sad part about it. It's like that all over the world. Britain's seeing it, the UK seeing it. That's like a broad blanket. The UK seeing it. Japan, we can't do it.
U.S. actually commit U.S. troops to defend Taiwan if China were to move?
I think that
it's no bad blood or anything, especially if you're an illegal that hasn't committed crime. You've done nothing wrong. I'm sorry. I'm genuinely sorry. I am. I'm sorry that the process to becoming an American takes so long. I am. It sucks. It sucks wieners, okay? And not to mention the tests and stuff that you have to take. Most Americans couldn't pass that shit. I'm sorry. I am. But right now we have to focus on one step at a time. Let's focus on getting the people out, and then we can restructure our immigration policies to allow people to come here legally without having to like destabilize an entire city or an entire state. Like, there are ways to do this the right way. Why do you want to do it the wrong way? Not this isn't to illegals, this is to the politicians. Why do you want to do it the wrong way first? Why? Why can't we just do this the right way?
This is such a, I think that this is of course.
You know who I'm missing right now is Kamala Harris.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, why should you be the exception? Why should you be the exception? You came in illegally, you passed up everybody who's been waiting in line, and the people who came here who are on visas, like, it's a slap in the face to them. Like, it's wrong. You want to sit here and talk about morals to somebody that can clearly see what's going on here, and it's like, no. There's a process, and these people skipped that line, stepped in front of everybody to get here without doing their due. They didn't do their due process. Why should they be given due process? Like, that's what I'm saying is, like, if you're illegal, the Constitution shouldn't apply to you at all. You should just be deported. But if you're here and you're like, you were on a temporary work visa or something, then yeah, obviously you should have some damn rights. Obviously. But if you're illegal, dude, like, come on.
I hate to say it, but Kamala Harris would have lined something up better than that.
I think that this is such a, I think that.
Well,
this is a
fucking.
And that's how it is with all these conversations. The minute you ask any of these people one question, they fumble over themselves and they can't come up with an answer. It's like they mentally just can't comprehend it. She's like stuttering like a robot, bro. It's like you just can't get the answer out of them.
This is, of course, a very long-standing policy of the United States.
Right.
And I think what we are hoping for is that we want to make sure that we never...
AOC is being ruthlessly mocked after claiming that action can't be taken against Venezuelan because it's below the equator.
What has that got to do with anything? Who cares? Because of the equator, the made-up line that it's on globes.
Maduro was as a leader. He canceled elections. He was an anti-democratic leader. That doesn't.
I remember back whenever they used to have like the egg on the nail, and it was on a board, and people were like, "Oh, well, it's because the air is thinner there." Dude, the equator is a line. It's a line that's on globes. Funny enough, the original equator egg on a nail was in a different location than where it's at now. It's just a gimmick to get people to go and visit certain towns. That's all it is.
That we can kidnap and engage in acts of war just because the nation is below the equator. And
it's below the equator. So there's the
This is what we've led to now, huh?
And there's Venezuela. It turns out it's not below the equator. Because if you look at the equator and you look at Venezuela, you'll see that it's above the equator.
This is people we have in politics and in South America too, apparently.
And by the way,
And by the way, I bet that's gonna be good. No, this bitch is fucking retarded.
That's crazy to me, dude. That's insane. We can't do anything because they're below the equator. What the hell? Shit. What is this?
So this is the guy from Britain that we were looking at yesterday. Restore Britain's immigration policy. The lies and smears have already begun, so here's the truth. Illegal migrants, gone. All of them, without apology. Every man, every woman.
This is that third political party I was just talking about in the other video that is running in Britain right now.
Will all be deported. We have released
the lady in Japan that I talked about. She won with an overwhelming majority for Japan. So,
comprehensive deportation policy ever produced in Britain. 100 pages, detailed steps to remove every single illegal migrant living in our country. It is deportation poetry. Wow. This is step one. These miscreants are the priority. The sex pests will be removed. The hotels will close. The flights will begin. I promise you that. Don't need to go over it. The British people know my position. Legal immigration for the foreseeable future. Far more people will leave than enter.
That's right.
Entire visa routes will be closed off from certain countries that are proven to supply us with sex pests, criminals, illegals, Islamists, and the rest. This is vital. It underpins the entire policy. Who would be on that list? Albania, Pakistan,
That's crazy.
Somalia, Eritrea, Afghanistan, and plenty.
You know, this is the whole reason why I got suspended the first time, is because, like, calling a certain group of people that are, you know, setting up shop in a country and calling them out specifically causes problems, apparently, with YouTube's algorithm. I think it's completely based. I do. I just do. I would be saying a lot more, but I gotta be a good boy. So
more. We will discriminate. We will.
I don't think that's a good policy to go on. I don't like that at all, actually. I don't like that one bit. You see, that's the problem is, like, for example, the Somalians that got arrested and incarcerated for fraud that were in Minneapolis, those specifically, those people it happened to, it makes it look bad for all the Somalians that are trying to do the right thing. That's what I'm saying is, like, when you've got this group of people that are moving into a country, and there's not a whole bunch of them either. Well, in the instance of Minneapolis, that's obviously not the truth. But when you have a huge majority of people that are doing a certain thing, and they end up getting convicted and arrested and deported for doing that thing, it was so bad in Minneapolis that Trump is trying to ban Somalians from being able to migrate to America, period. And the issue is, like, it's not necessarily their race, it's their way of life that makes them that way. They're living in third world, like, countries that are being ran by war dogs or war chiefs that are, like, for example, Somalia, there's a clan war that, like, a blood war that goes on there all the time. And whenever Ilhan Omar moved into American politics, she advocated for her own clan to vote for her so that way she could import more people like their clan. So, like, you have these countries doing this, and it's bad. The fact that we even allow somebody from a foreign country to become a politician or vote in our politics without being a second or third generation immigrant that has come here, got their citizenship, and, like, maybe their kids or the kids' kids can vote, it's a problem. And even, like, you can be like an immigrant that just moved here and got citizenship, but at the same time, it just causes a lot of problems. It does. It causes a lot of problems. Because you're never going to renounce your citizenship to your own country, so why would you, like, unless you, like, maybe did something like that where you renounce your citizenship to your original country, then maybe you can. But I just don't see a reason why it should be a thing. Because that's, like, think of it at a tactical standpoint of view. If I wanted to overtake a country, instead of trying to attack them, why don't I just send a bunch of people over there and they can eventually move up in politics and they can just take it? I mean, that's pretty damn smart.
And then discriminate. Good. Oh my God. He's just letting them know. He's just telling them the way it is. Oh my God, this is insane. We'll get it done. Yes, this is. I've been waiting on this for a while. We gotta have that. Honestly, I wish Trump would just say it like this. This is great. We must understand that legal immigration has done far more damage to Britain than illegal. This is probably the biggest sentence out of this whole post.
Well, like, the issue with legal migration, especially right now, is that, for example, when they had all those illegal immigrants that went into LA, they changed LA's policies to give these illegals trucker licenses. Or, for example, when Tim Walz signed a bill to give anybody who wants one an ID. And then they had all those illegals or the mass importation of the Somalians. Like, the issue is that if you allow this and you don't regulate it as a federal government, you're going to have these others. Like, for example, Tim Walz and Minnesota had so many people that got deported out of it that they lost an entire electoral college seat in the government. That's a huge problem. That shows a lot about what's wrong with our politics, what's wrong with our country. It's sad.
Understand that legal immigration has done far more damage to Britain than illegal immigration. This is, I think this is way, way, way beyond what I think people are used to, and I'm really glad to hear this being discussed. We need this in Canada too? Yeah, absolutely. So large parts of that must and will be reversed. So they're sending immigrants back. If a foreign national is entirely unable to speak English, then they will be asked to leave. How can you possibly contribute if you can't communicate? They can't. They should go home. Thanks, but no thanks. A foreigner claiming benefits and living in social housing, again, they will be asked to leave. It is simply not our responsibility to care for these people. I wish them a healthy and happy life in their own countries. Watch how that helps us. Watch how that helps us solve our housing crisis overnight. British social housing.
I don't think that. I mean, I do to an extent. It all depends. I'll leave that one alone.
For British families. Foreign criminals gone, day one. No need to even discuss that. We will not tolerate extremists that wish to do us harm. Foreign Islamists will be deported. Dual national extremists will have their citizenship stripped and then deported.
That is true. Like, you can change, like, that. This is the reason why we have a federal government. Like, for example, what was going on in Minneapolis whenever all these ICE agents were going around rounding up people? You had all these protesters, right? And then Tim Walz, and then they were trying to tell the federal agents to get out of the state, right? You can't just ignore what the federal government wants. You have to comply. The federal government is the above all end all. It can change policies for the entire country. It can alter the Constitution. It can alter whatever it wants. Okay? That's what it does. It is the lawmaker. That's why they call it Capitol Hill. That's why they call them lawmakers. That's where laws are passed. That's where things are changed for the entire country. When you don't comply with the federal government, you're setting yourself up for failure, especially in this climate. Like, you can't, like, I get that you don't agree with it, but you can't just openly state that you don't want, that you're not going to, go along with it. I mean, that's why Minnesota was turned into like a war zone. Why you had like people blockading off roads and like all these people running around doing like vigilantism. No, dude.
This is insane. This is crazy. Oh my God. This guy's just doing what I want. This is exactly what I want. If an individual surrenders his second citizenship in an attempt to fraudulently remain in Britain, we will take the necessary steps to reverse that process and deport them. There is a recurring theme here, I'm sure you have gathered. So yes, the recurring theme is you're going back.
So far, I agree with everything this guy's saying. I do. The fact that this is a guy that's running in Britain is insane, dude.
And ILR will be abolished in its entirety. The Boris wave will be reversed. If a country refuses to accept deported citizens, we will threaten them.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Oh my God. Wow. Holy fucking shit. Do you think he's going too hard too fast? No. This is the way that you have to go. You can't, you have to go all the way in as soon as possible. Because the faster that you stop the problem, the faster the problem stops getting worse. You immediately, and also this is what people have been waiting for. Like this is like, I think this is the moderate position, right?
Yeah, seriously, W for Brit, dude. But the thing is, here's the thing. Here's the issue that there is with this. He's running on these policies. He's not there yet. He's growing in percentage every time he makes posts. But he's not there yet. He's running as like a third party. He's not there quite yet. I don't know if he's going to get elected. But if he does run again, or this blows up to the point where he does get elected, massive W. Massive W.
The moderate position. Do you think this is a step towards, what's this here? Mustache Painter 2.0? No, it's a step against the Mustache Painter, actually. And let me explain why. If this movement fails, and they fail to actually have a reasonable immigration policy that puts British citizens and British people first, then you will get a Mustache Painter. Like, the reason why you don't have that right now is because you have people like this that are trying to solve the problem through the legal system and fairly. Basically, if you prevent people from being able to do it in a non-violent way, you make it inevitable that they will do it in a violent way. Yeah. And so, really, you should be hoping that this guy succeeds. Because if he doesn't succeed, and another guy comes in, and he succeeds, that's going to be a problem. Let me tell you that. So anyway, because sadly this isn't going to work. Well, either way, that's what I'm saying, right? This is a step against it because you don't need to have that happen if you can just simply have these people be represented. That's what happens. And implementing this is a nightmare, by the way. Why? You just get the police and the military to go and find all the illegals and get rid of them.
Yep.
Like you just put them in a camp for deportations and then you just send them out as fast as you can.
That's right. You got to make a couple alligator Alcatrazes.
Like, what are you talking about? It's fucking easy.
Yep. It is. It is like actually very easy.
You just go through the database. You say, well, who's this guy? Who lives here? Okay, it's we don't know. Okay, let's go over there and find out. Okay, it's this random guy who won't give us his name. Okay, get in the box,
agree.
Right?
I think this guy will absolutely win as long as it's done fairly and nobody steals it. If you run on immigration policies right now on just about any country in the world, you're guaranteed to win. It's like a cheat code at this point because it's a problem, bro. It's a massive problem. They can't figure out how to fix their own country, so they're invading other countries and telling them what their own, like what that country's constitution is telling the citizens. They're cherry picking what they want. Like it's just sad.
It's so
because
easy.
They're ruining it for the people that want to immigrate and assimilate with that culture. They're ruining it for people that don't want to commit crime, don't want to do anything bad, and just want to assimilate with the American culture. It sucks. It genuinely sucks.
Yeah, I mean, really, if you had, here's the way to look at it, right? If you had like 1,000 guys, could you figure out where all the illegals are? Could you do it? Like you have no skill in this at all. You don't know anything about it. Could you figure it out? I could. Be easy. Just give me all the housing data information, give me the income information, give me the, the license plates, give me all the federal and state information, and then just have it, like build some sort of fucking algorithm that puts it together, creating a degree of, probability of bad actors, and that's it. What database? They have 1 million of these databases. What do you mean? They live together anyway, it's not hard? Yeah, exactly, it's a joke. And so anyway, if a country refuses their deported citizens, we will threaten them. Foreign aid, visas, and remittances, and more. Push to work with the Americans and others. A deportation NATO. Do it once hard enough.
Oh my god, dude, he's talking about like a national organization that everyone can join to. Jesus, man, that's hardcore.
And it won't have to be
that's
done
hardcore
again. Oh my god.
Damn.
A third-party scheme like Rwanda is key. What?
What?
It means if we cannot ascertain where a foreign national is from for whatever reason, they go to Rwanda. Wait.
I hear it. Wait, well, hold on.
Rwanda.
I hear it's lovely at this time of the year. Jesus.
Oh, shit. You go right. You get hot dropped in the middle of Africa.
Holy crap. Yeah, just straight up.
No.
Bro, it's gonna be like the Predators movie, man. You just wake up and you're like being dropped into some alien planet. Nah, it's just Africa. Jesus, man.
Is it hot over there right now?
It probably is. It's dry. I bet it's dry.
What is the temperature in Rwanda? No, I want to figure this out. Yeah, what is it?
Yeah, that's right. They getting dropped in like PUBG, man.
Honestly, it's pretty nice. Man, maybe I should go to Rwanda. It's a nice place.
Damn. It actually pretty good there, huh?
Not at all. 62, yeah. How about that? It's nice.
You don't want to go to Rwanda. There have been one too many genocides there.
Okay, well, surely it won't get hot, right? And so anyway, let me go back. I'll go through the rest of these. Where the hell did it go? I got distracted. So basically, if you won't tell them where you're from, you get hot dropped in Rwanda. Oh my God. We will take a small number of high-skilled migrants on one condition. It benefits the British people. Rules and fees around spouse visas will be eased for...
You're never going to be able to run on that policy. We will take a small number of ultra-high-skilled migrants on one condition. It benefits the British people. The issue is that you are never going to convince people in a country that importing an immigrant is going to be beneficial. That's the thing. You coming from a different country into my country, like you're never going to be able, like it's not that it's a bad thing. It's that if that's the way he's wording it, he's pretty much saying that we're not going to take any immigrants, period. Because you're never going to convince someone like me that you coming from a different country is going to be and living here as a citizen is going to be beneficial to me. You're never going to convince me that. It's the only person it's going to be good for is you. Because I'm going to keep living my life like nothing ever happened. It's never going to benefit me unless you cutting me a check. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you all, like... And the thing is, and I say this because there's too many illegals now flooding countries that they see the negatives. So when you're already at a negative intake, when you already look at something negatively, you're trying to convince somebody to go from negative to neutral and neutral to positive. And you can't do that. It's not possible.
From non-red list countries.
That's why I say it like that.
Will be brutally crushed, but hardworking British men and women will have every right to bring their foreign spouse to Britain and raise a family. That's right, bro. If you want to go and collect some other chick from some other country and bring her back, that's totally fine. That's right. This will be celebrated and encouraged.
Holy Jesus, man. That's crazy.
Yep. Easy yoink. Yep, there you go. Passport bros? I guess so. Replace the Karens. Exactly. And now they're going to complain about the Great Replacement. And their arrival and subsequent contribution
I can't tell you how many people were like getting on stream and stuff. Not stream, but like TikToks that were talking about, oh, well, the United States government's, they're deporting all these people. They're not allowing any immigrants, but they're giving like visas to only OF models, and it's like, well, yeah, because they have a job. Like if we had a visa program set up for like content creators in foreign countries, I think that'd be a great idea, because they make a lot of money, and you know what a lot of money does to a system? Gives us a lot of taxes. Gives us a lot of tax money. So yeah, like Asmon pays like almost 6 figures in taxes every year. Yeah, of course. If you're a content creator and you've got like 35 million subs, and your videos get like hundreds of thousands of views, you're gonna pay a lot of tax money. That is a net positive to the community and to the government. That's a lot of taxpayer money. Especially if they pay it and they don't try to skimp out on it. Yeah, of course.
Will be a net positive. You're right. Yeah, I mean, you bring in a bunch of hot girls, like obviously it's good. And in the combination, the vast numbers of unproductive migrants being ejected. Unproductive migrants being ejected.
Yeah, exactly.
I love this language, man. I really do.
Well, they bring up moral arguments because they can't win logistically. And you know what's crazy is that if you pick apart their moral arguments, they get angry and try to attack you. Like,
be one winner, the British people. How many deportations will this all result in? Millions. If you don't like that, then Restore Britain is not the party for you. If you agree, then I hope you will consider joining us. Man, this guy follows me. I should DM him. I should. Like, this is insane. I should see if he wants to come on the stream or something. This is nuts. Oh my, Restore Britain now has more members than the Liberal Democrats? Wait, what?
No way, really?
10,000 patriots have joined in the last 24 hours. Oh my god.
Wow. Oh man, he might I think the guy in the chat that was talking about this guy might actually win it. I hope he wins it. I genuinely do. Like, the political climate across the world is changing. When you try to censor somebody, specifically YouTube, whenever you suspend them for 24 hours because they're saying stuff that you don't like to hear, those days are going to be very numbered here soon. Like, if more and more people start running on these policies, you're going to see a huge shift in the climate. And it's already happening, but like,
to Rwanda until the new government got in, then stopped it. That's what he's referring to. Well, he can just put them somewhere else too. Like, it doesn't really matter which one they go to, right? The problem is that they're gone, or the solution is that they're gone. And my MP, so he even donates his salary as well. My MP donation this month is going to the First Belton Scouts group in my constituency. A building company went bust, leaving the group thousands and thousands down on a big project. The money will get flooring sorted and hopefully move, and hopefully more, a very worthy cause instead. Bro,
he's donating his whole fund to these people? That's insane. See, these are the kind of politicians you want running your country. You want people that are gonna put the countrymen first. That's why they're elected, is not to go to Israel the first chance they get. It's to help out the cost of living, to figure out what's causing the massive skyrocket in inflation, help out with wages, tax poor people less. That's what these people need to be running on.
This is insane. On day one of the Restore Britain government, the burqa would be banned.
That's crazy.
It is distinctly un-British, it's unpleasant, it's divisive, it's unsafe. We do not want it in our streets. We do not want it in our communities. They are political symbols used to send a message. Oh my god.
I don't disagree with that. I really don't.
This guy's not fucking around.
He's not. He's really not.
This is insane. This guy's like, oh, yes, this is crazy. And, wow. I didn't expect this to happen. I thought we would be doing this before Britain did. Like, really? I thought so. And it was becoming more common. We
don't have people like this running, because if we did, the powers that be would make sure they never got elected.
all see it, we can all feel its presence. What must children think of these shadowy figures? Confusion and fear, I simply detest it.
I mean, look at Bernie Sanders. He was running on healthcare for all, and he was also running on universal basic income. No, he wasn't. I think he was doing healthcare for all. I don't think he was doing UBI. And he never even got to the election box. I mean, he did, but they forced him out. They forced him out.
Not normal. It must not become normal. We said that we will have the courage to end the creeping Islamification of Britain, and we mean it. Restore Britain will show that courage. Restore Britain will ban the burqa and the hijab, or nijab. I don't know what that is. Millions must go. Man. Oh my God.
That's crazy.
This is crazy. This guy's not fucking around at all about this.
This guy's a beast, man. My best of luck, Britain. You guys got to get out there and vote, man. Got to get out there and get it done. Okay, so I actually am very excited about this. So Nick Shirley investigated California's voter fraud.
And Philip Thomas. Is Gloria here by chance? Because she's 100 years old and she voted last election from here.
Can you see my? I said I want.
I just want to make sure you're not 126 years old.
No, I'm not.
And do you think it's possible, like, illegal migrants could be voting?
Not really.
Do you know where the ballots might have gone? Like for 108 people, that were registered here?
When it comes to fraud, most people think about money. However, there's another potential massive fraud story taking place in America, one tied to the most
This is a reaction video, YouTube. I'm reacting.
In our country, which is our voting system. This has to do with everything about who runs the country and how elections are actually controlled. And if we don't have voter integrity, what even are we? And there's one state that is the breeding ground for potential voting fraud, and that is California, where it can take up to 1 month to count all of the votes, no voter ID, and millions of ballots are cast by mail. And with voter rolls that are extremely vulnerable to errors, such as over 200 people who are over the age of 125 years old registered to vote in certain areas. And now,
holy crap!
Now to see how easy it is to vote, I headed to the location to register to vote inside the state of
It
California.
kind of makes me wonder if these people that are registered to vote that are over 125 years old, if they're not like either illegals, or maybe it was their old system of how they allowed people to cast votes without the illegals. Maybe the illegals are like the new thing for these people to remain in power and get these electoral college, these seats.
Now this is the register of voters right here, and I want to ask him, why don't you need voter ID to vote here inside of California? I was curious, how come in California you don't need voter ID to vote?
Because when you sign your affidavit, you're swearing that.
I feel like every state needs to have voter ID now. There's too much that can go wrong.
That's the truth, and we compare the signature that you put on your application to the
Battery 65%.
Do you think it leaves any room for error with voter ID, or? Yeah, I'm just like curious because I want to make sure that like our elections are as fair and honest as possible, and I feel like voter ID is just something super simple to have. And do you think it's possible like illegal migrants could be voting?
I think you need like 2 forms of identification to get a passport.
Not really. How? I mean, what's showing their ID?
Yeah, if they don't have their ID and they could just sign on behalf of Richard Sherman, then they could technically vote, right?
You see, a lot of these people that work in these offices don't even think about this kind of stuff. They're just there to work their 9 to 5 and go home. They don't think about, while they're there, they don't think about this stuff. Oh, it's setting in now.
Yeah, but what if they just don't care? What if like Richard Sherman and Billy Bob Joe just don't care?
But they wouldn't be here's the kicker. They wouldn't be prosecuted because the state would defend The voting registry. That's why. They would act like it never happened because they don't want someone to get into power and everything come into question. That's the whole reason why the ballot people sued Rudy Giuliani for bringing this to light. Rudy Giuliani talked about this constantly, and they sued his ass into the ground, and he lost. They are trying to completely crack down on this to make sure that no one understands, like, what could be going on.
But, so you don't think illegals would ever vote, would you?
I don't think so.
No. So instead of showing your ID, you sign your signature and then it is scanned to verify it is you. So technically speaking, anyone could show up saying they are someone, and if the signature is similar, that vote will then count. And with millions of people voting, it leaves room for fraud to occur. Just take these two examples.
A Southern California woman is facing 5 felonies after registering her dog to vote in 2 elections. The dog's vote was even counted in one of those elections. Those behind the stunt say she did it to show the flaws of the current system.
Hundreds of people who cast votes according to state records, but we found they've been dead for years, including a woman who died in 1988, and records show she somehow voted in 2014.
And you want to tell me that somehow the government's not involved with this? How would you even get someone social that died in 1998 to vote in a 2014 election? How does that social not, like, still exist?
6 years after she passed away. Then there's Julita Abutin. Records show she voted in Norwalk in 2014, 2012, 2010, and 2008. The only problem is she's buried here at Forest Lawn. Abutin died in 2006. Is it possible your mother voted in 2014?
There's no way.
Abutin's daughter Maravik says it's certainly impossible that her mother voted, but the LA County Registrar confirms they have signed vote-by-mail envelopes with her mother's name for the 2014 and 2012 election.
That's
even though she died 10 years ago.
So it's not some crazy conspiracy theory to think that people are
Well, that's how it was with, like, the whole trans thing. Like, people were like, oh, well, they're not becoming trans to compete in like, events and stuff to win, like, over the women, but like last year even, the world's strongest woman lost to a trans woman, and, well, needless to say, Eddie Hall took care of it, and that person was stripped of all their medals and was given to the actual person that deserved it. But it's like, they keep saying that this could never happen, and it's happening. It's all happened or happening
inside the state of California. And with the state receiving millions of illegal migrants, the opportunities for fraud now are even higher as millions of undocumented people are living inside of the state. Now let's go meet up with a man by the name of Urson, who has dedicated years of his life digging through voter rolls, finding fraud and inconsistencies throughout the state.
So how bad is the voter fraud here in California?
Well, we actually don't know because law enforcement isn't really investigating it, and we don't have people qualified to actually figure that out.
And what kind of fraud is taking place?
Well, we have voter rolls of about 22 to 23 million people in California, and we have, just in Orange County per se, there's 60 to 70,000 changes a month that happens. So the amount of time and effort to go and follow up with every one of those, we just don't have the resources to do that.
And so what information have you been collecting about the voting fraud here in California?
We have people that are still in our rolls from 2008 that are still getting ballots mailed to them that haven't voted in 18, 16 years.
And so if they haven't voted, what's the problem with them receiving those ballots?
Well, sometimes there's votes that happen later on with someone that hasn't lived here for 12 years. And we found several occurrences of that. When we turn that in, those are treated as independent incidences that don't affect the outcome of the election. So they're highly disregarded from our concerns as voters.
And what information do we have right here?
Well, we've got several different pieces that we're looking at today. One thing that's just a simple anomaly for people to understand is there's people that show to be 125 years old in our voter rolls. And that's a simple data flaw.
Dude, that's crazy.
And what information do we have right here?
It's just a simple anomaly for people to understand is there's people that show to be 125 years old in our
some? There's over 205. In one state? Man, you got a lot of people living a long ass time over there. Man, I better move over to California, huh? There's over 200, 300 people.
Our voter rolls. And that's a simple data flaw, but the issue is it keeps happening over and over again to the tune of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds in every county. That's a large size like where we're at today. Another one is we have a lot of voters that are at central locations, 10, 12, 15 people at a place where what is this business? What is it doing? These people are still going to continue to get ballots. Another one is like a lot of the sororities and the.
Why would a business need ballots shipped to them to vote? That's new. Why would a business need that? You do realize that if you leave to go and vote, you're guaranteed. It's in your right as an American to leave work to go vote.
Farmhouses, where we have typical.
Why would they be sending ballots to businesses?
Or voter turnout is like in the 50 to 70% range, but it's like 106 out of 108 votes cast. So it doesn't mean that that's fraud, but it means these are out of the normal order of what happens. And
something's going on. It's just like Minneapolis all over again. Something's obviously going on. What's going on?
That's what we're going to be going around and looking at today and seeing what's out there and what we can find. We have a system where you can register to vote in California without a driver's license number or social security number. Why do we allow that? That creates 9.6 million records that then the state has to send to the Social Security Administration. And when 75% of those come back with no matching Social Security record, it should make every California wonder, why do we have a system like that?
I agree.
A system that's creating work and uncertainty.
And so what have you done to get this information about the voter fraud that's taking place here in California?
Well, we get our information from the Secretary of State. We get it directly from them. It's a lot of information and it's very complex. And so we get this from the state, we package it up, and we help with our other researchers across the state that go and break it down into their own counties.
So we have all this information, and now we're going to go.
So this is another guy that is obviously trying to figure out what's going on here.
Head out into the streets of California.
Like, I could understand if this happened, like, maybe every so often, you had like 10 or 15 people that did this. But the scale of these people that are over 120 years old, like, what is that?
We can find.
Where's the first place we're going?
We're going to the local retirement community, and the reason this one is just kind of particularly odd, you got 45 people registered, and 41 of them actually turned out to vote in the last election. So that's just, again, not typical for 55 to 70% turnout. So it's a mental crisis senior rehabilitation center. So we're just going to go there and see, is there 45 people there? Is there beds? And check it out. Can we speak to a supervisor?
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, it looks like there was maybe 41 of 45 people.
So this guy, this must actually be his job. Is that he goes around and he like talks to these people to figure out if these people. So this dude is like, you can't say it was because Nick Shirley's trying to look at kids. I mean, this is an elderly center, so you got to pick one, either young or old, man.
Like as far as how many patients or residents you have?
That's probably not accurate anymore.
Well, so if it's not accurate, then how is it that the ballots are still being mailed in?
Lady right there said that that's probably not accurate.
Right.
So this could be a huge location where hundreds of votes could be casted from this one location. She said that numbers sound like they're inaccurate, 41 out of 45.
Correct. So is there a lot more people that could be registered to vote and could be having their voices expressed?
Oh, thanks for the 5. They card me for beer, driving instances, town and company jobs, applications. Why? Yeah, I agree. Why don't they do this for voting? We need voter ID. America needs voter ID. And we need these states to make sure that they're not just giving out IDs to just random people. Straight up.
Let's move on to the next location.
You got it.
Now we're here in the University of San Diego because they got lots of voters here. But what's the deal with this location?
It's some sort of institute for peace and justice, so it doesn't seem like you'd have a lot of voters like registered at some sort of an administrative office, but it very well could be. You know, I mean, there's students that are all over the place here, so maybe it's some sort of a central mailing house or something like that.
You have a conference room, you have Garden of the Sky, the Kroc School, classrooms, conference rooms, anything but dorms. And this is the location where 58 people are registered to vote here inside of the state of California.
So, like, you've got, like I said, you've got this office building that has no occupants in it other than the staff. Why the hell are they sending ballots to this location? They should just go to this location. They should have somebody that goes and verifies this stuff. They should go to the location and immediately write it off if it's not a house. Or like a place for people that are either sick or whatever.
Like a central mailing location, like this building for students and stuff?
No, this one is not. So we do have a mail center.
Because right here on the John B. Kroc Institute for Peace and Justice, it says we had 58 registered to vote, and 50 people voted from this location.
So it's 5998 Alcala Park. You're saying
is the entire university.
Is the entire university. So where do the ballots go?
I have no clue.
Okay.
I've never seen them.
So far, we're 0 for 2 as far as getting any clarity about where these votes are being cast from here.
Yeah, or any sort of real clarity.
And at these locations, when there's only around 40 to 50 people registered to vote, in locations where there's hundreds and thousands of people, it leaves lots of room for speculations, especially when nobody actually knows what the real count is and where the votes are being casted from. And just a reminder, all this information from Urson is the most up-to-date information from the Secretary of State of California as far as the voter rolls go.
The fraud continues. Now we're outside of a extra space, a storage unit location here. 5 people are registered to vote.
Correct.
Did they cast their votes?
3 of them did in the 24 election, then we had 1 that cast a ballot in the 2020 election and 1 that's never voted. The point is that unless this is a primary residence, right, or where you can sleep, right, which no one's supposed to buy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that if you have ballots going to a business, you need to cut that off right quick. There's no reason to send ballots to an office.
Allowed to sleep in their public storage unit, then this is not a legal registration. And these are the things that the county continues to let slip through the cracks.
Let's see if they're here. We have the names of all 5 people. Let's see if they're here.
Like, I could understand a misunderstanding, but you have different people trying to vote from this location over the course of like 4 or 5 years. Something is obviously going on.
Good. We're just looking for a few people here. We have Lily Morey, Philip Thomas, Sydney Thomas, Robert Thomas. We're just looking for these individuals as they're registered to vote here.
Did you have people that live here at Extra Space?
Are you Robert Thomas?
Oh, okay. Okay, so who gave you this list real quick?
Oh, from the second.
Bro got caught.
Yeah, it's publicly available information.
Bro!
Robert, Sydney, Philip, and Lily Thomas. What about them? Do they also get their ballots here?
Bro's trying to get the cogwheel moving so that way he can figure out what he's gonna say.
Robert Thomas, Sydney Thomas, John Thomas, and Philip Thomas. Do you know where any of those
So it's like a whole family registered to vote there.
Individuals are? Any of the Thomases?
No, they're not here right now.
There's no one living in storage facilities, right?
No, right?
Look, I ain't even gonna lie. If I owned a storage unit facility, I'd probably be living in that bitch. I ain't even gonna lie, dude. I'll be living in that bitch.
Right? Just wondering if people are actually living in storage facilities or not.
So 5 people are registered to vote here. They confirmed that nobody lives here. A little fishy.
Oh yeah,
California's got
100% they must have this going on. Every
weird
state
things going on. So 5 people, and they didn't know
this
where any
has to be going on,
Thomases
dude.
were, but this is their primary location.
Well, if those 2 people actually live here and this is where they stay, their primary residence, right? They get their driver's license here, their tax stuff comes here. It's completely legal. But the other people that are here that they didn't know or do know or so forth, right? Are they someone that was just getting something in a storage facility?
Yeah.
So, but this is a storage facility. There's no apartments here.
No.
Unfortunately, even if you own a storage facility, you can't stay in it. There's actually laws that prevent you from doing that. If you're ever wondering why you're getting evicted from your storage unit because you've been staying in there for 2 years, It's because there are laws in the state that prevent you from doing that.
Nobody's living here.
Not inside the storage facilities. But if the couple that we spoke to is actually, this is their primary residence, that would be legal under state law.
But for these 5 people that are registered and that cast their votes,
and if it's not them, then no, those are not legal.
those are illegal votes. And so that right there is 5 potentially fraudulent votes in one location inside of a storage unit. This is super important to understand before we go to the next level.
And the reason why, but it's only 5, it's only like 6 or 7 votes. These are only the locations they're going to. And their like, you have to realize that the claim is that there's no fraudulent voting. That's the claim. Yet, whenever you go to a place that has like 6 people and they're all registered to vote and they actually voted and it got flagged for fraudulent voting. And just imagine the ones that slip through the cracks, you know?
Location. In California, when you register to vote, you must be your domicile location, which is your primary residency. You can then put a different address to receive your mail, but for it to be on the voter registration form and for the voter rolls, it must be your domicile address, your primary address. Now we are going to start going to some of these locations where people have put their primary addresses as P.O. boxes. In locations like the one we're about to go to, over 30 people are registered to vote at this one UP.
Yo, I never even thought of doing some shit like that. Bro.
Yes, store. With this fraud, a lot of these
There's over 30 people
to vote have their primary residency at a UPS store or a United States Postal Service location. Right here, we have over 30 people who are registered to vote, and all these people right here, there's over 30 of them, are registered to vote, and this is their location, and a large majority of them actually voted in the 2024 election against Trump and Joe Biden. And right here we have Gloria. Gloria voted in the last election. She's 100 years old.
Yeah, born in 1925. Still kicking.
What do you think about over 30 people are registered to vote in this UPS store right here? Is that a little strange to you?
Is it through P.O. boxes?
Yeah.
I don't know. What are you trying to do, or what are you trying to prove?
And the issue is not that they're P.O. boxes, right? The issue is that these people have been flagged for being over 120 years old. So just imagine if they had people's identities that weren't that age and they were actually within more of a reasonable, they would probably slip through, right? So the issue is that you have 30 P.O. boxes that are getting ballots where there's nobody there to check their ID. All they have to do is sign and send it back in. And if it had not been for these people being over 120 years old, they would have went through. That's the problem.
Yeah, so
you have to re-register where you live, right? Where your primary residence is. And so if you've got a primary residence that's a UPS store, there's a real tiny houses, inside the UPS store for people to live in.
Probably. What's your guys' affiliation?
My name's Nick
citizens.
Shirley.
Yeah,
Could you live inside a P.O. box?
No.
So do you think it's a little strange that here in California you have lots of people who are registered to vote from these P.O. boxes, meanwhile you don't even have to show your ID when you go and vote?
I don't want to be part of the whole MAGA storyline. Thank you.
This isn't a MAGA storyline, man. This is just the straight up facts. Now we're going in. How are you guys doing? Yeah.
You're not allowed to be here. Can you step outside?
Could we talk to somebody?
No. Can you step
This is super important.
Yeah, can you step outside?
It has to do with our elections here, ma'am.
Okay, outside.
Can someone come and talk to us?
Is Gloria here by chance? Because she's 100 years old and she voted last election from here.
Damn, you noticed how quick she was to tell them to leave? Woo! She told him to leave quick,
Right,
boy.
so they won't even speak to us. Do you know Gloria? She's 100 years old.
Man,
She
it's
voted
just
last
like
election.
Somalia, those Somalian people over in Minneapolis again.
Here, she's supposed to live in one of these P.O. boxes?
Well, no, I have no idea.
A little strange, right? Sir, have you ever met like a Gloria or anything? She's supposed to live in one of these P.O. boxes. She voted?
No.
No. No idea. And another thing that's super concerning about all this fraud taking place is right now the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, is also leading the way on Polymarket as to who's going to be the Democrat nominee in 2028. What do you think it says about states that don't require people to have voter ID?
It's inconsistent, so people can kind of tweak it however they want.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it doesn't. Okay, so check this out. It doesn't even have to be political officials that are doing this and paying somebody. It could just be a normal Joe that's trying to bet on something, and they're gonna obviously influx. They're gonna, you know, do what they can to make sure that they win a bet. This could be just a normal Joe Smo. Doesn't even have to be affiliated with any kind of politics whatsoever, other than the fact that he's trying to place a bet that he wants to win. Like, it's not even just for the protection of the candidates that are up for election. It has to do with protecting America's best interest for these people to be required to have an ID. Seriously.
I don't trust it, that's why.
Should states require people to show voter ID when they go and vote?
100%. Like, I think, people should be verified that that's them voting and that's, them as a person. Like, that needs to be, a face-to-face action. If they can't, there needs to be another way of verification.
And what makes you think that way? A lot of people don't think that way about voter ID.
I don't know. I think it's just, a common sense thing. It should be you that's voting and, your vote that's going through, so it's not just, anybody.
Do you think people would pass you off for Ralph Salcido if you just said you're Ralph Salcido?
No. If I said that to me, they'd be like, really? If I walked up and, I said, oh, yeah, I'm 100 years old, they'd be like, what? You can't, fake age, so.
This building here in downtown San Diego, there's over 16 people who are registered to vote at this address right here. And would it surprise you if inside of this building alone, there's 15 people registered to vote, yet all the windows are boarded up?
Oh, one of the
Bro, it's just like Somalia again, dude. Holy crap. It's just like Somalia. It's just like Minneapolis again, bro. But all the daycares. It's literally a rinse and repeat.
This was Duckett's, and I never saw anybody go in or out of there.
15 people are registered to vote, and a lot of them voted in the 2024 election.
Doesn't surprise me. This is California for a reason.
Do you think voter fraud takes...
California? I've never heard that before. That's a new one to me.
...place here in California?
100%.
And do you trust Gavin Newsom?
No, not at all. You could tell by the way he talks. He never wants to answer a real question. Let's see, he calls ICE, basically calls them out, calls them terrorists. In some ways, I kind of...
You see, that's how you can tell the difference between somebody that's working in your best interest. You noticed how whenever J.D. Vance went to Minneapolis, he straightened everything out and got the police to do their jobs? And he went out and gave one of the best press conferences I've ever seen from any political person ever. Bro, they were asking him questions and he was just answering that. He was just straight up answering that. It's crazy that's how it all kind of rolls around. Is whenever you are making your administration on motives that protect you or help you invest, get money, you're always going to spin whatever you can to make it seem like you're doing things for people's best interest in an emotional way. But whenever you're out there trying to abide by the law and push what needs to get what needs to be done, you're not going to hide behind tiptoeing around, not answering questions. You're going to answer them like J.D. Vance did in the press conference. Like that Britain dude, whenever he's making those posts, you're going to be straightforward because you know what you want. And you're not going to act against people's... Like, if somebody comes out and tells you that they're doing something and it's not in your best interest, you're not going to vote for them, obviously. So you have to spin it in a way that you get votes. Duh.
If he runs for president, that means someone else is going to get governor, and if he doesn't make it as president, his political career is done. I don't see him winning. I really don't.
Right now in Polymarket, he's leading for the Democrats as far as who's going to be the next nominee.
Yeah, Kamala was leading. Look how that went.
Do you think California should require voter ID?
Do I think that voters should require voter ID?
Yes.
No.
Why not?
Why?
How come you need an ID when you go to the airport?
I don't know why you got to do that either.
So do you think it's possible to have fair elections here in the United States if people don't prove who they actually are by giving their ID when they go and vote?
No, that's too. I can't even answer that. Because I'm like this. If you here, you can vote. It's just too much paperwork.
Too much paperwork?
Yeah, too much bureaucracy, too much stuff. It's just too much.
So when you go vote, you don't want to show your ID?
Nah. Heck nah, for what?
To prove that you are you.
I mean, I'm me anyway. I'm me anyway.
So no ID?
Nah.
What if I wanted to vote on behalf of your name?
Why would you want to do that? Tell me why I want to do that, and then I can make a decision.
What if I wanted you to vote Democrat and you're a Republican?
Oh, okay.
Ah, there it is. There it is.
Okay, yeah, that's a point. But I still ain't approving of it.
And you know, that's fine. That's fine. You ain't gotta be either or. You ain't got it. You don't have to be. This person is what we call an NPC. He's gonna be down for what he's a cool. I could tell based on his attitude, he's a cool guy. Straight up, he's down for whatever. He may not want to do it, but he's gonna do it anyway because that's just how it is. Yo, WNPC, straight up, and that's not like a derogatory or anything. That's just being like, yeah, yo, low key. That's what's up. You just don't want to get involved with it, dude. I completely get it. I do. There's nothing wrong with that either.
We headed to the
It is right.
location.
Like, it would add more paperwork and shit that you have to do whenever you go to vote. It would. It absolutely would.
And it was the exact same thing where tons of people were registered to receive votes from a P.O. box.
So we were wondering, do these people live here?
I don't know. Yeah.
Like, are they living inside the post office?
This is the address of the post office, right?
Yeah.
This isn't like their mailing address. That's like their actual like registration address. Do you see ballots that have like P.O. box on them and things?
Yeah.
And it's not a problem if someone is registered here to receive their ballot, but if this is their primary residence, that is a problem. And that's what the case is for all these people right here.
That's
the issue. Illegal registration based on state law.
Because this leaves a lot of leeways for people to vote fraudulently, whether it be ballot harvesting or them just voting on behalf of somebody else.
Well, I mean, Tim Walz kind of just laid it out. He was trying to push something, if he didn't already pass it, that would allow you to vouch for up to 5 people. Why would you need to vouch for 5 people? Like, what? In what world do you live in where it's acceptable to go to a voting booth and vouch and vote for up to 5 people? How does that make any sense? Hello?
That's the thing that we have the greatest concern, right? 23 million ballots go through some process. This is one post office in one city, in one county, in our entire state, right? So it just has an exponential impact when you add up all the little small things that are going on.
As you can see, there's a lot of issues with these voting rolls and a lot of inconsistencies. And one of these inconsistencies is people over the age of 100 years old that are eligible to vote. For instance, there's a lot of people over the age of 125. And in this video, we just filmed around a 15-mile radius. So imagine what it's like all across the state of California. And now
much less across the country.
See if there's actually 126-year-olds voting in California.
Are you Doris?
She's right here. Yes.
Hello, Doris.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
We're just going through the voting rolls here, and we're just confirming anybody who's above the age of 100 years old. And right here it says you're 126 years old.
No, you got the wrong house.
Are you Doris Wood?
Yeah, but you got the wrong house. I'm Doris Wood, but you got the wrong place. That's the wrong information, all that stuff. No, that's wrong.
Oh, here, I can show you if you like.
No, it's just that it's wrong.
How come you think here in California they're just messing up on all these voting rolls here?
I don't know, because I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it says you voted in 51 elections, Doris.
No, not me.
Really?
I'm not no 100-some years old.
I know.
I said I wasn't.
I just want to make sure you're not 100.
I mean, this could be a false positive. This could just be somebody else who has the same first and last name. And I don't know. I don't know how you can get the address correct, though. That's a new one on me. Like, there's something definitely funky, but I don't know, man.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, it really does say you're 126 years old here.
No.
Says,
Who did this be 126? That don't even make sense.
I know, that's what the Secretary of State says.
Well, the Secretary of State is wrong.
Okay, well.
Put it like this, I was born in 1940, so you figure that out.
All right, Doris. You have a good evening. All right, so let's say
Doris says, bro, get up out of here, man. I ain't got time for this shit, Nick Shirley.
Virginia. She's 125 years old. She's voted over 55 times, and she's active on the voter rolls here in California. Let's see if she's home. Hi, how's it going, sir? Doing good?
No, I'm cooking.
Okay, well, I'll be quick. I'm just looking for Virginia, 125 years old.
125 years old?
Yeah.
She's registered to vote at this location right here. Is Virginia here?
Yeah, but she ain't no 125 years old.
Really? How old is Virginia then?
80.
80? Well, here on the state of California, she's 125 years old.
Maybe these are like double voters. So like, for example, let's say that whoever's doing this is taking random people's names and their address and then registering them to vote. And then the actual woman registered herself to vote, and she doesn't do anything wrong, but whoever's trying to do this funky shit took that name and the address and a different date of birth to show that they were born different times. And that way it's like, oh, well, they're two different people because they were born different, dates of births, right? And that's where they put the vote in. So like, they're just taking random people's information and then putting it in a ballot.
And she's voted in 55 elections.
Yep.
Is there another Virginia?
No, not here.
Virginia.
10-4. It's only one in the whole world.
Only one in the whole world. Well, I hope she's voting good, so she's not 125?
No.
No. Well, is Virginia doing good at least?
So. Well, she's a year younger than me, and I'm 82.
Go tell Newsom she ain't 125, she 81.
Okay.
Awesome, you do that. Have a good one. Do you see what the problem is? Every location we went to inside this video, there's something wrong with the voter rolls. Whether or not the person's 125 years old, it actually doesn't matter. The part that matters is that the information is wrong on the person who's supposed to be voting here inside the United States. And the other locations, people aren't supposed to be living inside of PO boxes, yet they are registering to vote out of PO boxes, making it impossible to track back who that person is to see who actually cast that vote. This leads to lots of fraud, and everyone should be concerned about the integrity of our elections when people cannot show.
Yo, W Nick Shirley, by the way. Nick Shirley's always got something good, bro. W Nick Shirley. All right, we're gonna watch a Midwest safety video, and we're gonna roll up out of here. We'll be back on tomorrow, by the way. We're here Monday through Friday. 8 a.m. to about 11:30. If you missed a stream, all the videos are clipped out and sent up. Oh no, or we could watch this. We'll watch that tomorrow. We got to save the crazies for tomorrow, man. We got to save it for tomorrow. We got to do it. Let me go over to Midwest Safety. Hold on. Where's Midwest Safety? Oh, come on now. Midwest. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right, boys, we ready for this? Oh, how one man tore apart a small town. Let's see, what do we got? When the whole neighborhood gets arrested, that's the one I want to see right there. Hold on, wait, let me use the bathroom right quick. I'll be right back. Oh, shit. All right, let's get it. We not getting off yet. We gotta do our Midwest safety. Oops.
What's up, man? Good, how you doing?
Lord have mercy. This is a reaction, YouTube. Don't go suspending me again, Mr. AI robot thing. Don't go doing that. This is a reaction video. It's a reaction video. I'm putting some petroleum jelly in my nose because I don't want it to bleed. I can feel how dry the air is, man. Woo!
This time, now you're good, man.
Please get her out of my yard, please. I'm gonna tell you what the problem is.
All right, you can walk.
Is this your house?
No, my house.
No.
Then go to your house.
Go to my house.
Don't be an
Go to your house, or I'll take you to jail.
That's right. Some people don't understand it, man. Got to put the record straight.
Come on, go over there, man.
What's your name? Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. You better come here right now.
Oh, I can. Tell me you're entitled without telling me you're entitled. Woo! Oh my god, dude, there's like a whole fight going on. Why are these damn cameras so easy to detach, man? I doubt there is anything that is going on the other side of this video that is going to constitute any grounds of anything crazy. I guarantee you what's going on here is that she's getting tased and arrested and she's screaming bloody murder. That's what's going on here. I doubt anybody's getting actually hurt other than maybe the police officer's ears. Lord have mercy.
Get on your stomach. Get on your stomach. Get on your stomach now. Get on your stomach. All the way down. Stay right there. Put your hands on top.
It's a beautiful sound, isn't it? Every time I hear the taser, dude, I just light up. It's such a great noise, isn't it? Oh my god, just tase her again. We need to have like some kind of like mouth gag for these people so that way they can't sit there and scream. These people have effectively turned into banshees. Like, come on.
Start EMS. I got one tase. I don't have to explain myself to you. No, I don't. That's my wife. You better go inside before you go to jail, too. You. If I got to.
I work for the sheriff's office, so I didn't do a fucking thing wrong, but walk. That is it. You can't take me to jail.
Get on your stomach. Get on your stomach or you can get tased. Get on your stomach or you will get tased too.
Good Lord, man. Well, you saw how combative she was when she rolled up over there. Like, she was really combative automatically, like.
On your stomach. Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back. You're gonna get it again.
You're taking a law enforcement officer, you jackass.
Dude, working for the sheriff's office, as long as you're not a sheriff, doesn't make you law enforcement. If you're a sheriff's deputy, then you're law enforcement. If you just work for their administration, it doesn't make you a sheriff. That's like saying that the people that run the comm center for a fire department is a firefighter. No.
Put your hands behind your back. Okay, I will. Put your hands.
Bro, he's trying to get his puffs in, man. He's trying to finish that cigarette off before he goes to jail.
Take you again, motherfucker. Do you want it? Do you want it?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
You're being easy? Yeah. You're going for assault on a police officer. You were punching my lady. You're damn right I was. Now stand up. For what? Stand up. For what?
You know what really sucks? Is that I feel like the guy really didn't do anything wrong, because like if you come outside and you see this dude hitting your wife, I mean, obviously you're going to do something, right? Regardless of what they're wearing. So like I kind of feel like he's the backlash, you know? He's the oh man, what's that called? It's where like you do something and then a casualty. He's a casualty of her war. That's what's going on here.
Get it again.
Yeah, casualty, collateral, you know, whichever one, collateral.
And you act up again. Do you understand?
You're getting the wrong person.
Get up. Get up.
It doesn't matter if he's getting the wrong person. If he's telling you to do something, you have to comply with the police, man. Like he's told you to come back and talk to him, and you immediately you just kept walking. Don't act like a fool.
Punch her in the face, bro.
Yes, I did.
For what?
Because that's my job. Sit down.
I'd like a punch in the face.
Sit down.
Ow! Ow! What the fuck?
Quit acting. Put your foot in.
You're trying to arrest me and I didn't.
This is how they should treat the people that are down there throwing stuff and bricks at officers in Minneapolis, man. They just don't even care. Just put them in the cruiser. Now, I will say that if it comes back that this dude is, you know, being a dick, I mean, obviously he should lose his ability to do his job. I mean, let's be honest here. But what really sucks is how easy it was for that camera to fall off.
You want to go to jail too?
That's a kid, man.
Go inside. I don't care. Go inside. Go inside.
Out of my property.
Go inside.
Hey, I'm on my property.
Doesn't matter.
No trespassing.
Go inside.
This is my property, bro.
You can go to jail
Listen.
if you don't calm her down.
Hey, listen, I'm in my property, bro.
Doesn't matter.
I'm in my yard.
Does not matter.
Yes, it is.
You want to interfere in police work?
You see me?
You can go to jail.
You're at my property right now.
You come out in the street.
Step back.
You come out in the street, you're going
Listen,
to jail.
you
You understand me?
my property now, please.
Do you understand
I'm
me?
telling you right now.
And I'm telling you I am a law enforcement officer in the great...
I think this guy's blowing a gasket. I think this guy's cooked. The police officer that's doing this, I think he's cooked. I genuinely think he's cooked. And let me tell you why. His camera fell off. So no one could... The camera can't veto what eyewitnesses are going to say they saw because his camera fell off. So even if this guy didn't actually assault her, there's no way to prove it, and you've got too many witnesses that saw otherwise. So even if they're telling the truth, even if he's telling the truth about his side of the story, they can't go based on that. There's too many eyewitnesses. So I actually kind of think the cop's in the wrong here. I'm not going to lie. Look at how aggressive he's being. Look at how he's acting.
You will go to jail.
Okay, you see me in my property?
Yes, I do.
They're supposed to be trained in de-escalation, bro. Like, all I've seen since this guy got on the site was he let one person change his entire mood. I don't think this is a good like mix of stuff.
Step the back.
You want to bow up to me, you'll go to jail.
You see me bowling up? You're the one coming up to me like you big and bad, man. Because you got
You want to go to jail?
You think you're big and bad, you got a badge, bro. Come on, you're on my property.
You see, like, that's the thing is, like, even now, the cop is still setting foot closer to the guy. It doesn't matter what the guy is saying. If he's not threatening you and he's telling you do not do this because it's my property, he's within his legal rights. He is. He's not threatening you. He's not threatening harm to you. He's saying get back.
Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, and you can go to jail. You want to bow up to me?
What? Bro, like, why is he getting arrested? Dude, what? He didn't even do anything. He was walking away.
On the ground. On the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
I genuinely think up until this point, this is abuse of power. Straight up. I do. I genuinely think that.
Put your hands behind your back.
He didn't even touch the officer. He didn't do anything. He literally did nothing.
Put your hands behind your back.
I didn't do nothing, man. I didn't
Give me
do
your other hand.
nothing, bro.
It is. Yeah, I think it is.
Put your hand behind your back. Put it behind your back. You want to get it again? Do you want to get it
Bro,
again?
you putting a taser up against the back of his skull? What are you doing?
Go. Shut up.
That's why they're going to hit it every time. Are you serious? I didn't.
You wanted to?
Stop.
You wanted to?
He's a kid, man.
Well, then get in the way so I don't get him.
Listen, bro, I didn't do nothing, bro. Y'all in my property, bro. And you know that's messed up, man. Can y'all make sure my girl's all right? Because you tasered her pretty hard, bro.
Yeah, I did. You want to get aggressive? That's what you get.
I didn't get aggressive.
He didn't get aggressive. He stepped back whenever you kept stepping forward.
You can go to jail now.
And get this lawyer on, bro.
What? Bro, I bet these people got a nice big fat check from this.
I'm getting up. Let me get up, bro.
It might take a while, but boy, let me tell you what. That payout is usually worth it.
When we're supposed to walk this way.
I didn't even do nothing to you, but that's messed up, bro. And you know I didn't do nothing to you, man. Hold up, my pants are falling, bro. Can you pick up my pants, please? All right, my pants are falling. You're gonna take me like that? And you know I didn't do nothing to you, man. You came to my property.
He didn't touch him. That's the crazy part. This dude didn't even touch that officer. He didn't even threaten him. Just said, get back off my property. That's all he said. And every time the cop took a step forward, the dude stepped back. Didn't touch him once.
And you got loud with me. I'm the one trying to stop everything from happening.
You're not doing a very good job.
I was trying, bro.
Have a seat.
Well, can you pick up my pants? Fine.
Have a seat.
Okay, all right.
Bro, holy shit. Yeah, I think he let anger get him. I think anger got this cop, dude. Hardcore. My God.
Keep on kicking my I'm gonna pepper spray you.
I did not do anything.
You shouldn't. Why are you doing this?
Yes or no?
No.
Then shut up and stop kicking.
Okay, you can't do this. This is a no-no. I see why it's the video's titled "The Whole Neighborhood Gets Arrested."
Am I bleeding? Is it just my lip?
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, it's on the inside too. You busted both outside and inside.
Hey, what was her deal? Why was she over here causing problems?
We were inside having a good time.
Yeah.
And all I hear is a banging. I have cameras, you can watch it. Comes to my house banging on my door that my kids called her kids a skinny little bitch.
Okay.
I don't know what's true or not. These are kids under the age of 10 years old. So she comes banging on my door and I'm like, what the hell's going on? The guy that y'all tased, Antonio, the one that lives in that home, he came over here trying to calm the situation
Right.
down. He was good, and even the wife. But the woman over there was absolutely
Does
going
she live
crazy.
over there with him?
No, she lives over here on the other side.
So she's over there and she's not even supposed to be there. Why is she all the way over on the other side, yet she's over here causing problems and getting people arrested? What the hell's going on here?
I don't know who called you guys. I don't know what happened. I was telling them, look, if you don't get off my property, I'm talking to Antonio.
Out here called.
I was like, I'm talking to Antonio. You get over there, please. You're fighting.
Yeah,
over
seriously.
10-year-olds arguing back
Yeah.
and forth. I go, if you don't stop, I'm gonna call the cops then. But then I already seen you guys coming. I was like, I don't know what the hell happened.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that someone had already called, like, someone must have called the police.
You told her she couldn't be here?
I told her to get off my property. Antonio was leaving. The guy and the skinny woman that I tased last, they were leaving. They were calming the situation, but she was instigating the fight.
That's crazy.
Hey, open your eyes so you can get the full effect. Open your eyes.
What the fuck?
Literally did not do anything.
Stop kicking.
I'm not. And your kids tased me for nothing. And fucking tackled me. I did not do anything. But because I walked away when he was pulling up, he fucking tackled me. And
That is not what happened. That is not what happened.
Criminal, really.
It's a good chance that the cop got punched in the face. That's why he's got that bleeding on the inside and the outside of his lip.
That's how y'all do it, really?
Where do you work at?
I've been working at the Glaze County Sheriff's Office for 14 fucking years, and I've never been in trouble. Ever a day of
Well,
my
you know how you stay that way? By staying out of trouble. You don't stay that way by going to somebody else's property that you're nowhere near, causing a bunch of commotion, and then walking up on a police officer and saying that you're going to do whatever you want or snapping at them, and then walking away when they're asking you to stop and talk to them. That's not how you stay out of trouble.
life, and this is
I do think the cop definitely is over aggro for sure. They need to put him through some de-escalation training, but like,
I did not do shit.
Listen.
Whatever.
What's your name?
It
What's your
doesn't
name?
matter.
Okay.
no, it's not at all. Like, whenever you've got somebody in, like, this is the kind of stuff that Minneapolis protesters are complaining about down with the ICE people, is they think something like this, that you realize that this person is, like, in the back of a police cruiser, completely, like, padded up, hands behind their back, and the dude is, like, trying to spray pepper spray in her eyes. For what reason? What you're supposed to do is get some fellow deputies and hog tie her up. That's what you're supposed to do. Pepper spraying this lady is going to cause another problem. Now she's going to have to get medical treatment before she leaves. She's going to have to be looked at by the EMTs. That's going to be a whole nother problem. Like, why would you want that?
Pepper spray in your face, okay?
Okay.
All right. Cowabunga.
So I get here, and the girl that you cuffed is at their house screaming and hollering, I work for Glades County, fuck you. I said, what's your name? She goes, run my name. At first I'm telling her, hey, get out of here, go home, you know, trying to separate it. Well, then she wants to get loud and mouthy and fuck you. And I said, hey, come here. So I go to grab her, and she turns around and walks up with me. So I just deck her right in the face. Well, as soon as that happens, homeboy that was on the ground runs and tries to tackle me. So I tased him. I made her stay on the ground. I had my can of mace out, just waiting. And everybody else stayed back.
Kick one more time. Kick one more time. Go ahead. Go ahead. Kick it. Go ahead.
You see, I think I'd be down more for that kind of thing. Like spraying somebody, I'm not okay with that. But tasing them, I mean, all day. If she's actively damaging the vehicle, then like I could see that being tased. But like having like that chemical stuff all over your face and having to get that, she can't even wipe that off of her face, but you could tase somebody. I could see that.
I've been a SEAL for 16 years.
No one cares what you've been for 16 years. What have you done in the past 3 hours that has led you to this situation is what you should be thinking about.
I know how this goes. I did nothing.
You know what these are?
But you're taking me to jail for nothing.
You know what these are?
I did nothing.
You do know what these are?
Okay, but then that should show him tackling me for absolutely nothing.
Okay.
I think this is a different cop. This is a different cop than the one that had the original cop. So now there's two cops. The original cop that showed up, and then that's a different cop that arrested her. Or has her in the back of the cruiser, and...
No, don't do that.
That is a bad idea.
She keeps on kicking.
Let her kick it.
She kicks it, she breaks it, she'll take a third-degree felony charge instead of what stupidity she's done.
Holy God, third-degree oh my God.
Don't hate.
Can you guys tell me what's going on so I know what I'm doing with my grandkids?
Which one's yours? There's 4 people arrested. Which one's...
Wesley and Christine.
The one that works for Glades?
Yeah.
She's going to jail for trespassing and assault on a police officer.
Where was she trespassing?
That house over there, where the argument began.
And Wesley?
Assault on a police officer and resisting.
With violence.
Huh?
Resisting with violence.
So this is the original couple. This is the lady that works at the sheriff's center and her husband. This isn't the guy that was standing in the driveway, and it's not his wife. It's not them two. This is the original two that they got the call for.
You can't tackle a police officer and try to fight him, so he's going to jail for that. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm his mom.
I got you.
My grandkids have been sitting here watching this.
Yeah, that's unfortunate when their parents are acting
I
stupid.
mean, if you have kids outside and this is going on, shouldn't you step up as the adult and maybe herd the crowd inside to not see that? Oh, she was standing here watching it. Well, why was she standing there watching it? You should have moved her inside.
front of them, yeah.
How's that the police officer's fault if you don't want to be the adult for those kids and move them inside so they don't see their parents getting arrested? It's like there's no common sense whatsoever in the world anymore. Like, what?
I need to find out if there was video of how that incident went down with the officers. Who did what? Was he protecting her? I mean, the kids said that their dad was protecting their mom.
Protecting her, huh? Was she being a jackass and fighting the cop and he was trying to jump in or protecting her?
I just got kids that saw what went down and they said that...
Oh my God, you hear her? Do you hear her screaming? You hear her?
Protecting their mom.
Protecting her, huh? Was she being a jackass and fighting the cop and he was trying to jump in or protecting her?
I just got kids that saw what went down and they...
You hear her?
And he was trying to jump in or protecting her?
I just got kids that saw...
That's crazy, bro.
They said that their dad was protecting their mom, and which I understand that.
They're probably lying. So if mom did something, that means she has to go to jail, correct?
Yeah.
So if she's fighting, that's resisting. And if he jumps in, I don't think that's protecting. I think that's jumping in.
Yeah, and he probably was protecting her. He's always...
Well, I could see it if he didn't see what was going on. But if you see what's going on like that and you don't understand, like, if I saw a cop hitting somebody, my last instinct is going to be to try to either harm them or get involved. I would just start recording at that point. And let me tell you why. Is because if you go out there and assault them, it's going to make your argument of, well, they did this bad thing look really bad for you. Because they're just going to spin that around to be like, well, she was being aggressive and you saw that, she was being arrested, so you decided to join in to gang up on a cop. That's the way they're going to spin it.
Yeah, he shouldn't be that protective. But give me 1 second. Why don't you support law enforcement?
I do. This is the first time I've ever got in trouble.
Well, why you come at me?
Y'all were attacking my husband.
Why is your husband attacking the car?
I don't know, because I was dealing with the kids. So then I come out and...
So you seem like a pretty reasonable person now. You're calm and collective.
Because it had nothing even to do with us. That's why I was mad in the first place.
All right. You search her for me?
Yeah.
All right, put her in my car.
In your car?
Yeah, because the two guys are in your car, right? Yeah.
The female suspect who started this whole incident, Christina, who also works for the Glades County Sheriff's Department in Florida, was charged with felony battery, breach of peace, and felony resisting with violence. As part of the
Okay, so like I guess like I said whenever I originally started watching this video, my interpretation of this was like, this doesn't look good.
Agreement. The judge chose not to prosecute on the charges of breach of peace and resisting with violence. The battery charge resulted in a withhold of adjudication, meaning the judge accepted Christina's no contest plea, but decided not to formally convict her. She was sentenced to 1 year of probation. Her husband, Wesley, the man who bulldozed through the officer, was charged with felony battery, resisting obstructing without violence, breach of peace, and felony assault on a law enforcement officer. The judge found him guilty of all charges and subsequently sentenced him to a concurrent sentence of 1 year of probation for all 4 charges. Antonio, the third person arrested, was charged with felony possession of a controlled substance.
Oh, damn. Oof.
Obstructing without violence and breach of peace. The judge dropped all 3 of his charges. His wife, Maria,
yeah, I could see why.
Charged with resisting obstructing without violence, disorderly conduct, and violation of probation. While the charges of disorderly conduct and violation of probation were dismissed, her resisting obstructing charge resulted in adjudication withheld, and she was subsequently sentenced to 6 months of probation.
Yeah, that whole thing was a shit show. That whole thing was a mess. Like, that whole situation was a mess.
Some adults handle authority worse than kids. One time I rolled up on a family fight. It was loud, emotional, everybody talking at once. And I remember standing there telling them, I get it, you love them, but don't get involved. Of course, nobody listened, so one arrest turned into several, because people thought helping meant physically involving themselves. Now, it wasn't evil, it was emotion, but emotion doesn't stop a lawful arrest. This isn't really about one person interfering. It's about a moment where someone decides police authority only applies if they personally agree with it. Now, the other side, officers do have to keep their ego out of it, because the second a cop takes someone's words personally, they lose. Because now it isn't just law enforcement, it's a personal argument wearing a badge. And defense attorneys, they love that. Remember, control isn't just physical, it's also learning to have emotional discipline.
So yeah, he noticed it too. Okay. W Midwest Safety, heck yeah. All right, boys, we rolling up out of here. We'll be back on tomorrow. Stay safe out there, stay friendly. Thanks for being you. Stick around, sub to the channel, hit the likes on the videos, show the support and love. Try to go out there and put a smile on someone's face. You might change their whole day or their whole life. I'll catch you boys tomorrow, man. Stay safe and friendly. not that one. Hold on. Hold on. What the heck is going on here? They keep like removing stuff. All right, whatever. We're just gonna pick one and go with it. There we go. We'll do that. There we go. All right. Have a great day, boys. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.
I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round, welcome to the freak show, the best in town. What the hell's wrong with me? I don't get along with anybody, honestly. I've been living in my own head constantly, thoughts jumbled around, think I need a new lobotomy. Wait, all these thoughts are too negative. I don't wanna get lost in the sedative. Gotta show them what I got, I'm competitive. You know I'm about to go off, I won't let them win, I'll take a stab. I wanna chase a bag, I wanna weigh, I can change all the things I lack. I gotta face the facts, I got a taste in that. Got me obsessed with the rest, I got an itch to scratch.